Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to D. Dillon Field, home of the University of Mary Hardin-Baylor Crusaders. Today we've got your FCA Victory Bowl game featuring the FCA Red All-Stars versus the FCA Blue All-Stars in a game of softball here at D. Dillon Field. I'm Alex Crow here with Ben Johnson, and we'll go ahead and give you the lineups numerically first. First for the visiting Red squad, we've got number 1, Kenna Miner out of Abbott. Coming out of Italy, we've got Lakota Townley. Followed by, we've got out of Whitney, we've got Kinsey Seeley. Then also out of Italy, we've got Alex Jones, number 4. Number 6 out of West is going to be Jordan Reese. Number 8 out of Troy is going to be Alyssa Kelley. Number 10 out of Crawford is going to be Mackie Dunbar. Number 11 out of Holy Trinity is going to be Stormy Boone. And number 12 is going to be Audrey Holloman out of West. Number 23 is going to be J.C. Ehlers out of Riesel. And rounding out the lineup is going to be Elena Munoz, number 54, out of Moody. And the coaches for the Red squad are going to be Johnny Jones out of Abbott, Don Johnson out of Riesel, and K.L. Graholski out of Bremont. And really quickly, looks like we haven't had them take the field yet. We'll go ahead and give you the blue softball roster as well. First, we've got number 3 out of Fairfield, Rebecca Dunlap. Number 4 out of Midway is going to be Tatum Seth. Number 5 is going to be out of Rosebud. That's Krista Niemeyer. Number 6 is Damiana Longo out of Lorena. Number 8 is out of Academy. That's Kinsey Scholes. Number 9, we've got Kennedy Cox out of Groesbeck, followed by number 10, Alyssa Bates out of Mildred. Then we've got number 11, Veronica De Los Rios from University High School. Then we've got Sarah Robertson out of Lorena. She'll be wearing number 12 this afternoon. Then we've got Erin Foskey out of Salado. She's number 15, and rounding out the roster is going to be Jessica Johnson out of Valley Mills, and she will be wearing number 16. Coaches for the blue softball roster are going to be Alan Wehausen out of Groesbeck and Brad Kennedy out of Connolly. So, nice looking afternoon. A little bit of wind blowing in, Ben. Glad to have you here with me as we got through all of the mandatory stuff we've got to do.
Yeah, Alex. Hey, great to meet you. This is our 5th baseball and softball Victory Bowl game, and this is my first to be at. I'm usually in Waco getting ready for volleyball and football and cheer, and so this is a treat for me to be at this. What a beautiful day. The field looks incredible. We got 22 young ladies who are fired up to be out here and compete and do this. And all time, just for us, those of you who are watching who don't know, all time the blue softball leads this series 2-1. And so that means that after 7 innings, if the score is tied, the game is over in a tie. And so that could happen today. We'll see, though.
Yeah, it's looking like a great. We're watering down the field right now, getting ready for action. We can go ahead and give you the lineups, Brad, if you'd like to do that really quickly. First for the visiting red team.
Yeah, it looks like Mackie Dunbar is going to lead off for the red team, and she's going to start off in the circle, followed by Jones at looks like they got her playing at second base. Kelly's going to be at first base. Reese is going to be at second base. Townley's going to be at third. Holloman's going to be in left. Munoz is center. Ehlers in right, and then Seeley and Boone will be, of course, in the lineup, and they'll be, under these Victory Bowl rules, freely substitutions. They'll be the first 2 to be out there on defense, but definitely in the lineup. And then batting 11th will be Minar playing shortstop.
And now for the blue team, we'll go ahead and give you their lineup, too, as looks like one coach is already meeting with the umpire at home plate. We'll go ahead and give that to you. And so leading off, it's going to be Bates for the blue team. She'll be playing in center field, followed by the shortstop, Foskey. Batting third, it looks like it's going to be Damiana Longo, and she'll be playing second base. And following her will be Veronica De Los Rios. Looks like she'll be manning third base in the cleanup spot. Batting fifth is going to be Robertson. That's going to be the first baseman for the blue squad. Followed by Johnson, who will be in left field, it would appear. And then we're going to have back-to-back extra hitters here. As mentioned, we're going to be batting 11 this afternoon, so both Niemeyer and Dunlap will bat 7th and 8th respectively, and they will be your extra hitters to start off the game. Batting 9th is going to be Tatum Seth from Midway. She'll be in the circle, it looks like. Then batting 10th and wearing number 9, and also playing the 9 position in right field is going to be Kennedy Cox, and batting 11th and behind the plate for the blue team is going to be Kinsey Schultz. Whoa, got a little exciting music right there as we go ahead and get it started off. That was awesome.
I got to tell you, Alex, just watching the umpires meet at home plate, there's some media here. Obviously, under the guidelines that we're under, there is no crowd allowed. So we hope we have a good crowd watching us here online. This is a pretty surreal moment. We've had really not much of a high school softball season. Tomorrow we get to play baseball in the Victory Bowl as well. Not much of that. And here we are, back, sports being back in some semblance here. It's an all-star game. It's the Victory Bowl. And I know that Seth Chambliss, the Heart of Texas, our Heart of Texas Southwest director, has spent many hours helping to get us to this moment. And we're going to get to see a real live game.
Yeah, and that's something that's so nice that the FCA has been able to give to these players, because a lot of them, actually all of them, this is their senior season. A lot of them barely got to play any games here in this senior season, as the UIL season was axed. Really just about, it was cut off during the boys basketball state tournament. Mm-hmm. And so for a lot of the players that are going to be in the FCA Victory Bowl tomorrow, their season had kind of just begun. Softball, obviously, a week or two farther along, but even still, this was going to be that was some of their last games were played earlier in March. So it's nice to give them the opportunity to come back here and show everyone what they've got. And unfortunately, no fans, but at least we've got you on a couple of outlets here, whether it's on Facebook or on the FCA website. And we're glad to have you, and we hope that we can really share this experience with you.
Absolutely, fans. If you're watching, parents, if you want to send me a text. I'll be glad to give you a shout out as we're watching here to that, and I'll freely give you my cell phone number out. How about that? 254-717-4290. We'd love to call you out and recognize you if you're watching from somewhere. And this is going to be a fun afternoon.
Yeah, and one nice thing, though, about this all being online is that if you got some family members that normally wouldn't be able to come, we can have you. You can see it anywhere in the world. That's something that we're able to bring to you this year as well. So if you've got some out-of-town friends and family that want to watch, you can drop them this link as well, whichever link you are listening on. And we should be getting ready to go. Looks like both teams getting the meeting. The designated visiting team is going to be the Red Squad, and so they should be coming up first and getting ready for action. It looks like it's going to be Makey Dunbar leading off as soon as the blue team goes through their little pre-inning warm-ups.
I'm going to tell you, that was decided. The home and visitors were decided yesterday on a Zoom call that we had with the coaches, and we flipped a coin, and Coach Wiehausen from Grossbeck called heads, and heads it was, and so they took home, and that's how we got home and visitors here today. Good old-fashioned coin flip.
Yep, just like a lot of times it is in the playoffs with the old one-game playoff scenario. And so, Ben, while we're getting a little warm-up here, just talk to me about, what and why we've got the Victory Bowl going on.
Well, this was a dream of mine about 12 years ago, just as my wife and I moved to the area, and we trying to engage with our 100 high schools in our region. How could we best connect and interact with them? And as we prayed and looked and talked to coaches and other media people, I really felt the Lord just making it clear that I should go spend some time in Abilene watching what they had started there. And so as we did, it was just pretty evident we needed to do this. And we came back, and it was overwhelming, and it's so clear that we should do this. And we started with football and cheer, and then we've gradually added volleyball, and now these two sports here about 5 years ago.
Yes, and that's just great. Just to quickly go around the infield one more time, as we've got just a little bit of time, as we're about to have the little throwdown from Kinsey Schultz, who's behind the plate. As mentioned in the starting lineup, it's going to be Dunlap in the circle this afternoon. Or excuse me, it's going to be Tatum Seth in there. So she's going to be actually starting the game in the circle. Her battery mate is going to be Kinsey Schultz. Let's see. It looks like at first base we're going to have Robertson. Second base will be manned by Longo. Foskey, will be at shortstop, and De Los Rios rounds out the infield. Then your outfield from left to right going to be Johnson, Bates, and then rounded out by Kennedy Cox. And it looks like now we are ready for action. It's going to be Mackie Dunbar leading off. She is the opposing pitcher, so has an opportunity early in this Victory Bowl to give herself some insurance here. The first pitch is going to be low, bounced into the dirt.
Mackie had quite a year last year with the Crawford Pirates, and no, they were looking to go back and repeat state champions, and very good player for Coach Allen and the Crawford Pirates.
Looks like the second pitch is going to be in there for a strike. A little bit of a slow call there by the umpire, but I think I saw the bark of a strike. That one finds the inside corner. Nice looking pitch there by Seth. Seth out of midway. She's going to go ahead and wind up once more. And this one's going to be fouled off and out of play. Not a whole lot of people here, just mainly staff and camera crew, but still managed to hit almost the only person in the venue over there by the tree, off there to the right side, as he's able to retrieve the ball. And so now 1 ball and 2 strikes on Dunbar. As mentioned, Dunbar with Crawford won the state championship last year as a member of the Crawford softball team.
We got the family of Damiana Longo and Lorena giving a shout out and watching with us online here.
Yes, and so at least we've got this option, because I mean many years ago, I mean this wouldn't even have really been an option, and so it's nice that there are other options for these players, for these parents and family members and friends are able to still watch their kids play. As that one looks like it's going to be low and in, so a full count to start the ball game. Dunbar does a nice job of working back into this count after starting out 1-2.
She did. That was a borderline pitch there and had a great take, and we'll see what Seth here has on 3-2.
Now she's going to wind up and deliver, and that one's going to drift inside, and so a base on ball to start the game for Dunbar. That is going to put her on first base. Now stepping into the box, looks like it's going to be Jones. That's Alex Jones out of Italy High School. Going to be wearing number 4, and she's going to be behind the dish this afternoon. On defense, see, she's going to have a little bit of the open stance. Got a runner now on first base.
Got that left-handed batter in the box, and sometimes it can be a good shield so that catcher can't see if Dunbar makes a go of it or not. And we'll see here what coaches decide to do.
So now, I believe it's a 1-0 count. So now we're going to have another pitch here by Seth, and we're going to have a big swing right there. Man, swinging for the fences that time was Jones. Actually, no, that's now 0-2. Looks like that first pitch was called a strike. So now quickly 0-2 on the catcher from Italy. Sitting on deck, we've got Alyssa Kelley out of Troy for the Red Squad. Now we're going to see a pitch high outside of the zone. Nice little take right there. I'm not sure I could have taken that one. That was kind of the old kryptonite back when I played baseball when I was really little. Always had a hard time laying off the high cheese.
Got another shout out here for Alex, for Tatum on the mound from her family. They're watching with us, and proud to have her a part of this.
Now Tatum with a favorable count.
There she goes.
Going to be a strikeout. First strikeout of the afternoon for Seth. And so Jones going to go down on strikes. That's going to bring up Alyssa Kelley. Runner still on first base. That's Dunbar.
These girls were so excited when they showed up about an hour and a half ago, and can't imagine after they took some time to get loose and get in the bullpen how they're feeling.
Now we're going to have a pitch flared out into center field, and that
nice catch.
Nice diving catch there by Erin Foskey of the blue team out of Toledo. Good looking play right there. She was able to get the full extension to rob Alyssa Kelley of a base hit, so that's only going to be counted as a pop out right there. But man, what a web gem to start off the game. Not looking rusty at all.
All-star play right there. Outstanding coverage, getting back there over her left shoulder and making that catch. The outfielder's playing her deep, so she had to get there to get that.
So now with 2 outs, looks like it's going to be Jordan Reese at the plate. Reese out of West. Looks like she's going to be slapping out of the corner spot. Takes a ball 1, but yep, she's going to definitely get that running start. That time ran halfway out to the pitcher's mound with that little take. Reese this afternoon is going to be playing second base. Seth now going to throw another one, and this one's going to be fouled straight back. Nice looking cut right there from Reese, but it's going to be fouled straight back. Right on that one, just a little bit under it would appear. That's normally the case when you foul one straight back. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 outs. Still got Dunbar sitting on first base. See another pitch, and this one's going to be high. Good take again by Reese. Now, Ben, I've never been a slap hitter, obviously. I didn't really play softball, and I wasn't even a left-handed hitter in baseball. I have to imagine it's probably, you have to make such a quick decision in deciding to swing, because not only is that ball coming at you, you are also running towards the balls. We're going to see a bunt attempt right there by Reese. That's going to go foul down the left side. I've got to imagine you've got to have some really quick reflexes determining whether that ball's a ball or a strike, as it's now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Absolutely, and you see how close the third baseman's playing in. All she's hoping to do is just make contact out towards the shortstop or right out in front of home plate and beat it to first.
Now we're going to see, looks like that might have been a little off-speed pitch that time from Seth as it drifts low and away. Another 3-2 count. This time it's for Reese. Standing on deck is going to be Lakota Townley. Should it get that far? 3 balls and 2 strikes. And we're going to have a pitch again flared out into center field, and we're going to have a diving play by Bates to close out the inning. Man, a couple of web gems here as Seth was able to get around to first inning leadoff walk, but in a couple of nice plays from the defense sends us into the middle of the first inning, still scoreless, 0-0.
What an outstanding catch. Maybe these girls have been playing and we haven't been seeing it. I don't know, but it sure looked like the defense, by all means, they were on their toes, and great coverage out there in the outfield to catch that ball and help her pitcher out and give them some momentum here. Now let's see what the red team does as they come out here. We'll have Dunbar in the circle, and we'll see what the blue team can do at the plate.
See if they can get anything going. There was no runs on no hits, 1 walk, and 1, of course, left on base. That was Dunbar. And now, as you mentioned, it's going to be Dunbar taking the circle. And the battery mate, it looks like it's going to be Jones. They go ahead and fill in inside of the lineup. In the field, we've got Dunbar in the circle. Looks like just to give you around the infield quickly. Look at Kelley at first base, Reese at second, Townley at third. And then, let's see, at shortstop, we've got Kenna Minor. And then in the outfield from left to right, it looks like it's going to be Holloman, Munoz, and Taylor to round out the lineup. Looks like now he's got officially had to go back and get a face mask to Dunbar. She is working on that and will be throwing, as mentioned, to Alex Jones. Got a pair of Italy Gladiators in the ball game this afternoon, as we also have Lakota Townley, also from Italy. She'll be playing third base this afternoon. First 3 up for the blue squad. It's going to be Bates, Foskey, and Longo. So two of the 3 players that made outs, and flashy outs at that, are going to be leading off for the blue squad.
Gotta like that if you're a blue team. You've made a couple good plays in the field, and here you come up to do something with the bat. You got your blood flowing. If there's any nerves at all, those are gone, and now you can just focus on putting the bat on the ball and seeing what happens.
Yes, it's always nice to get a little momentum going. You know, coming from the field, you just make a nice play, and you've got an opportunity to really capitalize on that. And so it's going to be critical for Dunbar to see if she can try and shut that down, because that's all it takes to get going in a game like this. Because, again, a lot of these people haven't been playing at least organized games at the very least. I mean, obviously, it looks like they've definitely been practicing. A lot of these ladies going to be continuing their softball careers at other in college as well. So they've still been keeping the rust off, but it would be nice to get a little shutdown inning here for Dunbar, not allow them to capitalize them on the momentum of both of the diving catches.
Let me remind our viewers watching, if you want to give a shout out to your daughter, or if it's your sister or somebody related to you that's playing here today, just send me a text, 254-717-4290, and we'd love to call their name out or recognize you in that. And proud of these ladies. We've got 22 of them here today, and they are so excited and fired up to be here. And we're just blessed to get to this point, to be able to play this game and then to be able to show it live like this. And what a treat.
And it looks like now We are ready for action. Stepping into the box, it is going to be Bates, Alyssa Bates, who again made the last out of the last inning with a nice diving catch out of center field. Looks like she'll be slapping as well and takes a fastball high and away right there. So that's going to be ball one to start off the afternoon for Mackie Dunbar. Dunbar now looks like she's going to go ahead and gather herself behind the mound before taking the sign. Looks like she's ready for action now for pitch number 2. This time, good looking pitch, and it is going to find the strike zone. Again, a little bit of the delayed call. Really got to keep an eye on that umpire, make sure that it's calling a ball and a strike, but that one found the outside corner. That was a great looking pitch there. That was a great looking pitch there by Dunbar. Looks like Dunbar getting ready to throw once more. She's really hammering that outside corner.
There it is again.
She finds it again. Yes, great pitch there by Dunbar. Man, it looks like she's probably been practicing about every day where she's painting the corner right there. First one was a little bit off, but back-to-back just dots on the outside corner. See what she elects to do here with 1 ball and 2 strikes. See how Bates adjusts, and another outside pitch, and that's going to be a swinging strikeout for Alyssa Bates. Man, that's kind of, that's one of the only kryptonites of the left-handed slap hitter right there, is that old outside pitch, because your momentum is trying to take you towards first base. It opens up that outside corner, and Dunbar just did not rest on that outside corner, went right at it the whole plate appearance. So now coming up to the plate, it's going to be shortstop Aaron Foskey out of Salado. Going to be the first righty that Dunbar faces. We'll see how she elects to attack here in this first inning, and we're going to go right down the middle there. Little challenge pitch. Foskey a little bit behind it. Dunbar seems to be a pretty good, nice power pitcher. She's not, so far in this ballgame, has not tried to go with any fluff. Really, some hard fastball, maybe rise ball, keeping up the speed. Really just trying to see if she can blow these hitters from the Blue All-Stars away. She's going to go ahead and wind up once more. And again, that time it elevates the fastball. A little rise ball action there. Still had some speed on it, and that's going to be strike 2 with the swing.
Got to think that after the long layoff here that the hitters are going to be a little behind on the timing, especially with someone like Dunbar in the circle. We'll see if they can get their timing together.
Yeah, I mean, and you're talking about a state champion pitcher there. She's going to miss high with another high fastball. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes, and you can hit in the cage and have people pitch to you, but I mean it's just not the same as an in-game atmosphere that they're getting right now. And it looks like both teams going to take maybe just a little bit to adjust. We've got a full 7-inning game, and now that time looks like we saw a little speed taken off there by Dunbar, and she gets the strikeout, second strikeout of the afternoon so far. So back-to-back strikeouts to start off the ball game. Now looks like it's going to be Damiana Longo at the plate.
Looks like Alina Munoz has a boyfriend watching.
So now with 2 outs, it's going to be Longo. See how Dunbar likes to attack her. And again, going with some high heat there. That time Longo able to lay off. Nice take right there by Damiana.
Somebody watching for in support of Alyssa Kelley as well. Want to give her a shout out.
Yeah, Alyssa Kelley, I guess with the FCA uniforms, normally wears the 47. Wearing 8 this afternoon, as this time we're going to see a little bit of a frame job there by Jones trying to get the call, but it's going to be just a little bit off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes.
Longo's trying to work her way on here. Let's see if Blue can get something, some people on the bags.
Sitting on deck is Veronica De Los Rios, as we're going to see a hot shot over to third base, but man, that was scooped up very nicely by the third baseman that time. That third baseman, of course, is Townley for the red team. And so 1, 2, 3 go the blue squad, as we're going to go ahead and head into the top of the second inning. And your score is still tied 0-0 between the red and the blue all-stars here at the FCA Victory Bowl.
Nice job by Dunbar there in that inning, and jumping right into the saddle and throwing lots of strikes. Want to say hello to Jeffrey Robertson, Sarah Robertson's dad, who sent us a text and is watching with us in support of her daughter, of course, and a lot of the other girls. A lot of these girls play with each other or against each other over select as well as during the season, and so there's lots of relationships out here. The Weavers are watching in support of Mackie, and they want to support their Pirates, and looks like Coach Jeff Coker's watching as well.
Yeah, I mean, you just love to see this outpouring of support from the community because, again, they couldn't be here this afternoon due to, of course, the COVID-19 regulations and restrictions, but it's great that they're still able to voice their support online, really just letting these girls know that they really care about this last game that they're getting to play. A little bonus game for them. A lot of them probably thought their season was coming to a close, but they've got one more ball game here this afternoon that's tied up. It looks like Seth is getting ready to come back onto the mound here.
I know we've got Nita Blancett back in the FCA office who did a lot of work behind the scenes to get us to this point as well, and want to say hello to Nita and appreciate all her hard work in this and her help to organize the banquet we had on Sunday. We had over 700 parents and coaches and athletes and family members gather on Sunday at Waco ISD Stadium in the parking lot for our drive-in banquet. And Lord blessed us with great weather. It was overcast, and it was an awesome message from a former softballer herself, Leah Miko, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, who spoke, and it was just a fun evening.
Yes, and we love to see this, the support for these athletes, really helping them take this next step in their journey. It's great to see that a lot of them, God is, of course, with them and watching over them, and that they are accepting of that love. As we're going to have one ball and no strikes now to the batter. I believe that's Lakota Townley.
Do I need the batter too?
Wearing the number 2, playing third base. Quickly back in the circle, and we're going to see a little slap attempt there as that's going to go out of play over towards the bullpen there on the left side. That evens the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike as we get another softball in play.
Got some more shout-outs rolling in, Alex, here. Looks like Grammy. It looks like Mackey's Grammy's watching, and her softball coach, Coach Allen, as well. Saw him on Sunday at the banquet.
We're going to see another little slap attempt. That one hit sharply over right there at the third base dugout. Looks like, man, Mackey Dunbar has quite the supporting cast watching.
She's got the
this afternoon.
Veronica De Los Rios has her mom watching her on, and probably other family members too, but her mom sent me a message.
So now it looks like that pitch is going to be just a little bit off the plate. That evens the count now at 2-2. Townley doing a nice job of battling a little bit here. He's fouled off a couple. He's worked the count back to even. Last inning, the Red Squad had the walk, the leadoff walk, but we're not able to do a whole lot with it. That pitch is going to be very close, but it looks like it's going to come in just a little bit low. Might have been below the knee there of Townley. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Another full count here as Seth still on the mound.
It is a warm day, Alex.
It is, and luckily we were put in the
Yes.
part of the press box where the air conditioner works, or we'd be in for a long game as we're going to have a grounder over to over to shortstop. But, man, quick reflexes there by Foskey as she got the ball over to first base in a hurry because Townley has some speed, was really scampering down that line. But at the end of the day, it's just going to be a ground out to the shortstop in the books, and the next player will come up. Looks like that is going to be Audrey Holloman.
Foskey didn't have a whole lot of time there on that one. She had to charge it and throw quick, and she did, and she made the play.
Well, that is really one of the themes and one of the biggest separators between softball and baseball. As softball, it's just, because it's only the 60-foot bases, we're going to see strike 1 thrown as that was taken by the batter Holloman. It's a lot of that. You really got to rush, especially with those left-handed batters that are already getting their start running before they've even hit the ball over to first base.
Mm-hmm.
No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. We're going to see a bunt attempt, and Holloman not able to make contact right there. So quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on the left fielder out of West, Texas. That's West, Texas.
More Mackey Dunbar fan club texting in here, Alex. Looks like Shelly and Brian Dunbar
there as well. And so it looks like we're going to have strike 3 there, is not able to make contact on that one. Again, you saw with the slapper, Seth this time just went straight to the outside. We got a swing and a miss from Holloman, and that is going to be out number 2. Coming up now, looks like it's going to be Elena Munoz, wearing 54. She's going to be playing center field this afternoon, or she is playing center field this afternoon. She's going to be batting from the right side. Munoz out of Moody. Going to take a pitch. That looks like just off the inside corner. Good looking pitch right there.
It sure was.
By Tatum Seth. Looks like, again, we're a little bit over to the right side. Must have been a little bit more off the plate than it looked here. Schultz did a nice job of trying to frame that one up from behind the plate. 1 ball and no strikes, and Seth going back into a little wind up. That one looks like skipped in. It's going to be quickly 2 balls, no strikes on Munoz.
Another Mackey Dunbar fan club. AJ is watching and rooting for, along with the cheer coach at Crawford, Coach Angie Slaughter, and glad to have them watching.
Now, after a nice quick 2 outs for Tatum Seth, looks like she's fallen behind 3-0 now to Elena Munoz. See if she's able to come back and get her here. Looks like that one's going to be off the plate. Oh, no, that's going to be actually the late strike call right there.
Got to take a breather there before. You never know, huh?
No kidding. Because that one, I mean, usually that time his head was kind of turned away from us, so I couldn't hear him bark out the strike before he gave the signal right there. That was a nice inside corner pitch from Seth. We'll see where she goes now. This one's going to be flared up to the pitcher. And a 1-2-3 inning is secured there by Seth as she puts it out herself. So going into the bottom half of the second inning, your score is still red team 0 and blue team 0.
Looks like we got Alyssa Bates, grandma, Mimi, who's watching in, cheering for her. Alyssa's number 10 on the blue. And Kenna Minar, her mom and dad, pulling for her. And appreciate you guys tuning in. And let's see here. Shout out to Alex Jones and Lakota Townley from Italy, from their coach, Coach Tina Richards. Coach, thanks for tuning in and being a part of this and coaching those young ladies. And looks like Sarah Robertson's grandfather and grandmother are watching with us. Hello to you guys. And Alex Jones's mom and dad are with us as well. Hello to you guys. Coach Terry Crawford out there in Abbott is joining us. He's got not only a player from out there in Abbott, but also their softball coach, Coach Johnny Jones, is coaching in the game, and happy to have him.
Of course, because again, you've got to find, of course, in these All-Star games, you've got to find some people who can take the time out of their, out of their busy lives. Although maybe not as busy right now during all of this COVID-19 madness, but they were able to come out, and they're of course a big part of this as well. A lot of these players, or excuse me, a lot of these coaches, they're kind of they're a big influence on the players' lives.
Looks like Aaron Foskey's mom and brothers are watching. They got to be proud seeing that first 2 innings of the plays that she's turned in at shortstop. Man, she has done an outstanding job of keeping the red team off the base and playing defense behind her pitcher. And looks like Alyssa Kelley from Troy, her favorite freshman Ariel, is watching.
Yes, the favorite freshman right there. Love that. That's the fun thing about having all of these having all these shout outs. You get a little of the personality into it.
Yes.
As well.
Love
of
it.
all these players who are getting to watch their friends, not only just their family, but a lot of these people. I mean, they're leaving behind, of course, their teams, and so their teammates maybe seeing them play some softball for the last time they're going to see here. And it looks like we've got a substitution now. As for the red teams, it looks like Stormy Boone is going to check in, and she's going to be playing first base.
That's the only change I noticed right now. I don't know if...
Excuse me, that was actually, it looks like that was Veronica De Los Rios, actually. No, I was correct the first time.
De Los Rios is at the plate here.
That's right. She just took a big cut right there. Strike one as she wasn't able to make contact with it.
Comes from a University High program who's had some really good players and has a really good Little League system that feeds into there. I know over the years, just even a couple of years ago, they had that Lake Air softball team that went on to win the World Series, and a number of those girls are zoned to go into that school.
And, man, that's just got to make, as a high school coach, that's just got to make you so excited that your community is really investing into the sport that you coach, and that you've got such a great pipeline, all the way from just the Little League to all the way from the Little League just all the way to high schools. We're going to see strike number 2 is now 1 ball and 2 strikes on De Los Rios. So we'll see what Dunbar is able to do here. Dunbar already with 2 strikeouts on the afternoon. This one's going to be hit right on the hands right there, and a nice running catch by Jordan Reese as she is able to put away De Los Rios. Nice job of calling off the first baseman that time. That first baseman being Stormy Boone. Get the put out. So now coming up to the plate, looks like it's going to be number 12, and that's Sarah Robertson. He looks like Robertson. She's from Lorena. She'll be attending in the fall. St. Mary's in Austin, playing softball for that squad. And she's going to pop one high up into the air. Let's see if that
Oh, catcher can't see it.
Yeah, I mean, that's right up into the sun.
That's difficult.
Right there. And so, yeah, not going to fault Jones for not being able to catch that one. As that one, not only was it right on the net line, didn't actually make contact, but I mean, that's hit right into the sun, which is right above us here in the press box.
I was a catcher, Alex, in college, and just tell you as a catcher, that's one of the hardest plays to make is you got to get up, you got to get your mask off, you got to find the ball. Of course, she had to deal with the sun, and then she had a little bit of distance to go. Not an easy play.
Yeah, just a bad, hard opportunity all around. As that second pitch of the at-bat is going to be low and away. Nice take right there by Robertson, who's playing first base for the Blue squad, batting out of the right side. See how Dunbar wants to attack this 1-1 pitch, and we're going to see a shot up the middle, and it's a nice ranging over was Kenna Miner from her shortstop position to go and get that one. Good job of just getting a quick jump because, again, you see a lot of those types of flares in softball. I guess it's just because of the how the ball spins. It spins, and you hit if you don't hit the ball squared up, I think it just kind of flares out like that a lot of times.
Well, and Mackey's doing a great job of changing speeds, getting the batters out in front or behind, and that's what pitching's all about. Is it's not always speed, but it's location and changing the speed. To get the batter off balance. And, again, these batters have not had the time of the months that it really requires to get the at-bats and timing down. And now they're stepping into the box, and Mackey's doing a good job. I don't know if we had her up here, she'd say she's doing a perfect job, but she's throwing a lot of strikes and mixing it up really well.
That time, though, she starts off Jessica Johnson with a ball. Johnson.
Nice pitch right there. That's a really difficult pitch to hit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just right on the outside corner. Dunbar looks like she hadn't been taking too many days off here in this layover. And that's one thing that the pitcher will kind of have an advantage here tonight because, I mean, you can pitch to a wall, essentially. It's obviously different with a hitter there, but still, you can really get those reps in, and they're much more real. Just throwing bullpen sessions and stuff like that, stuff you can do kind of at home by yourself. Is that third pitch of the at-bat skipped in, so it's now 2 balls and 1 strike. Well, yeah, Dunbar has looked pretty sharp so far in this ball game. He's got the 2-1 count now, though, to Johnson, and that time just goes up and inside, gets the swing and the miss once again from Johnson. She's really partial to that pitch, really running that high and in fastball there on the righties.
When you change the angle where the ball comes in as well, if you go high and down low, it's just harder and harder on the batter to adjust.
So now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one, just going to be a little bit outside. Had some late action on it there, tailing to the outside. Really looked like a cutter would in baseball there, going just away from the batter at the end. So 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs now.
Nice job by Johnson laying off that pitch. That could have been a strikeout pitch right there.
Now 3-2. We see the pitch come, and that is the strikeout pitch.
Yep.
Looks like took a little bit off, went on the low outside corner, and that is the 3rd strikeout of the afternoon for Mackie Dunbar. She is perfect through 2. Score going into the 3rd inning is now still 0-0 with the red team coming up. Coming up for the red team, looks like it's going to be Kinsey Seeley, Stormy Boone, and then it's going to be J.C. Ehlers actually will be leading off, followed by Kinsey Seeley and Stormy Boone. And if we get a runner on base, Kenna Miner, the number 11 hitter, will be coming up as well for the visiting red squad.
Let me give some shout-outs out here, Alex, because they've been pouring in. It says, good luck, AJ. That's Alex Jones. And it says, me and Ezra are rooting for you at home, and we love you big. And that was from Maddie Dickerson. Let's see here who else. Aunt Shanna is watching for Damiana. Glad to have you aboard with us. Looks like, let's see here, proud of Alyssa Bates. She's going to come play at UMHB, so she's getting to play on the college field where she's going to be showing up here in a couple of months. Here we got some more Mackie Dunbar fan club. We got Lexi. That's probably Lexi Moody and her mom, Jamie. We got shout out from Brittany Villa to Mackie Rue. I think that's another Dunbar fan club. I think she might win the fan club award here if we had one of those here. Go Alyssa Kelley from her mom and dad. They are proud of her. And let's see if I can get one more in here before we get going. Nana says, go Big Mac.
Yes, I mean, if we were given the MVP based on the fan club, I think it'd be just a straight runaway for Dunbar.
So far in 2 innings now. We got some catching up to do, you folks, if you're watching for somebody else.
So now it's going to be J.C. Ehlers at the plate. She's playing right field this afternoon for the Red All-Star team.
Remind you, if you want to give a shout-out, send a text in to 254-717-4290. We'll do our best to get it in there.
Ehlers right there. Looks like she's just going to take strike one, start off the at-bat. Along with playing softball, Ehlers also participated in cheer, basketball, golf, NHS, and, of course, FCA while in high school. So really a great multi-sport athlete. And so that's now going to be 0-2 after she swings through that second pitch. Nice job of coming out by Scythe. We just got the pronunciation on that of the pitcher. So she's this time going to go little rise ball. That one goes over the head, just over the head there of the batter, Ehlers.
Moving right along here in this game. We're about 30 minutes in, and here we are top of the third.
Well, that's what happens when both pitchers have really done a nice job of throwing strikes. We've got one walk and a combined 5 strikeouts. Nice job of avoiding the strikeout that time by Ehlers. She's able to foul that one straight back.
Still looking for our first hit, so any day now. I think these hitters are going to get some timing down. We certainly hope so, and it's been good to see the pitchers rolling, but I think these batters will get some timing here down as we get going some more, and maybe we can get some batters on the bases.
And that time, Scythe released that one a little bit low, as that's just going to be a little worm burner into Kinsey Schulze's glove. That one's going to roll in there, so an easy take that time for the batter, Ehlers. 2 balls and 2 strikes now is the count. We see Scythe this time throws one right down the middle of a challenge pitch, and Ehlers able to foul it off. So she's doing a nice job of battling after falling behind in the count. Another foul ball. She's going to go ahead and get the sign from her third base coach. The third base coach is Coach Grolski. Now we're going to see just right off the hands. And, took a little bit of a weird spin over there to the first baseman. And Scythe not able to get her out. And it looks like on the throwing air, we're going to have going over to first base is Ehlers. Because this is, the Victory Bowl and a nice all-star game, I'm going to call that a single because that was going to be a bang-bang play regardless. But she does take second on the air. So the first runner in scoring position of the afternoon comes for the red team. And now coming up to bat with an opportunity to drive her in is going to be Kinsey Seeley.
That ball had some wicked spin on it off the bat, and that did confuse the pitcher as she came there. It had a little backspin on it, and that was going to be a bang-bang play at first, and then the low throw got her to second.
Yeah, you almost saw the pitcher as we're going to see a bunt attempt now, and
that's
a great bunt. We see Scythe. She's able to get – oh, no, they called a safe right there. Oh, man, that was another bang-bang play, but they're going to say that Seeley was able to beat that out. Of course, we've only got the 2 umpire crew there. Umpire was, not in great position, obviously, with the runner on second. He's over there more towards the shortstop area, but he called safe. So now runners on the corners. Seeley was content to sacrifice herself right there. Had barely even announced her when she laid the bunt down. But, man, that was a great bunt, though. Managed to put it right in between the pitcher and the first baseman. And now looks like we're going to have a little meeting on the mound. So that's a great opportunity here to thank some of our great sponsors and people who helped make this happen. Of course, we've got to thank our District 55 State Representative, Hugh Shine, who was able to communicate with Governor Abbott all week to make sure basically that we were able to nail this down, get it
absolutely
by the government, of course, with all the restrictions that we had, helped us to allow this to be a game and not just a practice. And, of course, You Shine values FCA and their impact on partnership with the community, of course. Also, we've got a little bit of time for one more. We've got another thank you to Presley Design, who donates their time and resources for the Victory Bowl baseball and softball, and to the ministry as a whole. So thank you to the folks over at Presley Design as well. Now coming to the plate, it's going to be Stormy Boone. Boone began the game as the extra hitter, but she checked in to play first base last inning, and she will be bunting, it looks like, as well.
We're breaking for home.
Second, and it's going to be safe. That time, man, no slide there by Ehlers, but she was able to make it home. So that's the first. That is the first run of the ball game for either team. Red team, with some of the hitters being a little bit rustier compared to the pitchers, decided to go a little small ball there. They're able to push one across. Now, the bunt attempt was missed by Boone, so that is strike one, but she's now got a runner on second base. That's Seeley. Boone comes out of Holy Trinity High School, and now we're going to see, let's see, are they going to call that a foul ball?
I don't think so.
Yes, because that was a great jump there by the runner on second, Seeley, and if that's not a foul ball, she's taken third rather easily. She got a big secondary lead, and as soon as that ball got by Schulz behind the plate, she was on third in a flash.
That was a great decision by the Red coaches there to go ahead and be aggressive. Again, the offense is at an advantage at this point when you have runners on base. The girls just have not had time to field ground balls, to make throws, to execute a first and third play, all that kind of thing. And so even though it was a bang-bang play at home, the Red team being aggressive pushed a run in.
That's really just a winning play there by the coaching staff of the Red team. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes after the take. Make it 2 balls and 2 strikes as that one skips in. Nice job of Schulz keeping that one in front of her, not allowing Seeley to come home. Boone next year is going to be going and playing at Paris Junior College. So now she's got the 2-2 count. Scythe. Oh, man.
Nice hit right there.
Right through the 3-4 hole. Man, we saw a throw coming in from Kennedy Cox. Tried to throw her out at first base, but that time Boone able to beat it out. Man, that's probably the most solid contact we've had all game, and that's an RBI for Stormy Boone. It's the first run batted in of the ball game.
We're calling that 3 singles in a row, though, really, if you talk about the one off the bat that had this kind of awkward spin off the end of it, then the bunt that turned into a hit, and then that sharp single right there to the outfield. So the batters are getting the bat on the ball now.
So now we're going to see, thought about it is going to be a steal attempt. Schulz is going to go ahead and throw back over to first base behind the runner. So looks like going to have to see. Not sure. I was too busy. I was caught up by the runner. I thought the runner was taken off there. I believe that was a ball, however. So 1 ball and no strikes to Kenna Miner. Miner, the shortstop, is going to take ball 2 inside. So 2 balls and no strikes. Miner rounding out the lineup here for the Red All-Stars. It's going to roll back up to the top with Dunbar, who is on deck. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Got the corner infielders in, maybe expecting a bunt here from Miner. Miner, though, that one going to be inside, and now, oh, man, little fake out right there. Pretty clever play by Stormy Boone. Really just got right in between first and second base, and when Schulz pump faked to first base, she just took off. Schulz not able to throw her out at second.
Almost a delayed steal type look, and now she definitely was reading the downward angle of the ball, and as soon as it was in the dirt and saw the ball a little bit away from the catcher, she thought she could make it, and she sure did. And another great job, aggressive base running. Now she's in scoring position here. If we can get a ball in play, they might get another run across.
3 balls, no strikes, though, to Miner, and she's going to go ahead and take the 4-pitch walk. So put the base on balls on the board right there. That's the second walk of the afternoon for Scythe, as we're going to have another meeting at the mound here.
Coach Weheisen's coming out, it looks like.
It would appear so that the coaching staff might be trying to make a move. The blue team had a couple of people warming up before the game in the bullpen, just seeing in case they needed to shuffle some things around in the pitcher circle.
Got some shout-outs here. They're stacking up. Let me see if I can get some in. From Millie, she says, "Go Big Mac." Here's a thank you from Mackie Dunbar's aunt for us doing the game. Looks like her Aunt Jana. Looks like we got Scythe's name pronounced right. Her dad saying thank you, so good thing on that one. Coach Scott Velasquez and Salado Eagle softball, super proud of Aaron Foskey. So hello to them, and good luck, Alex from Jaden. Looks like we got some little Pirates, Ava, Haley, and Levi, who are watching back at home in Waco.
Let's see, and it looks like the Blue All-Stars, they're going to stick with Scythe in the circle. So now rolling back into the top of the lineup, it's Dunbar. Dunbar walked in the first inning, was stranded at first, has an opportunity to help her own cause here. It's going to be strike one to Dunbar. She took that one on the inside corner. That's going to be no balls, one strike. Dunbar already is now working with a 2-0 lead minimum when she comes out in the next inning after her team has scored 3 straight base hits. Now Scholes looks like he's going to throw behind the runners, and they're going to throw over to third base. Oh, would have had her, but it's going to be mishandled there by the third baseman. Tried to put the tag before they had the ball, wasn't able to put the squeeze on it. That's going to move the runner up. That's Boone. Boone, a very smart base runner. She's going to be able to take third. That time, looks like that is De Los Rios, who was not able to put the squeeze on it right there from the throw from Robertson.
Still nobody out here, so the red team's really trying to put up a big number.
And now
nice single.
Man, hot shot through the infield, right through the 5-6 hole by Dunbar. Credit her with the RBI single. And that pushes the lead now to 3-0. So now a 3-0 lead. Still shouldn't be any outs. So coming to the plate, it's going to be Alex Jones. Jones struck out swinging in her first plate appearance. As that time, whoa, a little off-speed pitch right there. Good-looking pitch, and that's going to be strike one.
Great job by Scythe to get ahead. She hasn't really just 2 hard-hit balls. The rest of them are the bunt, the one just off the end of the bat, and she's not giving up. She's still fighting.
Yeah, has had a couple of errors behind her as well that obviously have not helped a whole lot. That time she's going to miss. It's going to be about mid-shin high on Alex Jones, the catcher from Italy. So now, back in the circle and ready to go is Scythe, and this time she gets the swing and the miss there from Jones. That
we got a rundown.
And yep, threw behind her. That's again, Scholes has thrown behind the runner a couple of times. And now we've got a nice little pickle, and they're able to get the lead runner out.
Nice job, blue team.
Second. And I believe that, that was Minor who ends up getting thrown out. And although in the chaos, Dunbar replaces her at second base, so now you've got 1 out in the inning.
Did you write down that string of who all touched that ball there?
No, I didn't. I didn't even write down that it was a rundown. I just put a little X right there for a little caught stealing.
There was about 5 girls that touched that one, but great job of the blue team to execute a pickle there and get an out for their pitcher. And now if she can get a strike here, she'll be sitting with 2 outs and all of a sudden getting off the field.
Now it's going to be Scythe. Going to wind up and deliver.
Nice.
That's going to be a strike, and that's going to be a second strikeout of the afternoon for Jones. Let's see, looks like that's the third for Scythe. So now quickly, 2 outs and 2 pitches right there after a little bit of a rocky start to the inning. And it's going to be Alyssa Kelley at the dish. Kelley is now technically an extra hitter as she was replaced last inning by Stormy Boone.
We're going to call that earlier play just a caught stealing.
Now we're going to see a hard ground ball up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Waving around and coming home, and that's going to be cut off by the first baseman. And so Mackie Dunbar able to scamper around the bases. That's going to be the 4th run of the inning for the Red squad. So Red puts another run on the board. Credit Kelley for, again, another hot shot right up the box.
Nice single there, 2 outs, right up the middle. Thought it might be a play at the plate, and the first baseman cut it off, maybe thinking she could get that runner at first in a rundown.
Now, hot shot. Man, nice quick hands there by Foskey because, man, despite slapping, Jordan Reese really got some nice wood on that one, but she is going to be retired, but not before the red team throws a 4 spot up on the board here in the top of the 3rd inning. We'll see if the blue team can start to get it going in the bottom half of the 3rd, which is coming up really quickly. We've got some more shout-outs and announcements really quickly. Of course, we've got to give a shout-out to Lamar Advertising, one of our great partners. They help highlight all of our events locally throughout the year, not just the Victory Bowls, but really all that FC does. And, of course, we've got to thank our nice host at UMHB for all that they're able to do with the FCA, especially Randy Mann and his staff in the athletic department, graciously allowing us to use their fields for this great opportunity.
Yeah, I know this past year, I believe it was January, we have our statewide college advance, we call it. There's about 500 athletes from across the state of Texas that come, and Mary Hardin Baylor had one of the biggest groups of athletes there of all you're talking about Texas and Baylor and Texas Tech and TCU and Hardin Simmons and Mary Hardin Baylor and probably about 30 or 40 colleges. UMHB had about 30 athletes come, and Seth and his staff did a great job of getting those kids apart. And so we're blessed to have someone like Coach Randy Mann, supportive of the FCA ministry here. A couple more shout-outs to give. Says, way to go, number 23, J.C. Ehlers, love you, Nana and Pawpaw Gannett. Hope I said that right. Giving a shout-out to Alyssa Kelley from her boyfriend. My family and I are watching from home and supporting her. And says, go Rebecca Dunlap and the blue team. Love Mom. Fun to watch all these girls who we have played with and against since 10U. And here's another Go Big Mac from Jess and Robin Tom Chesson. Jess, a former Crawford Pirate and Baylor Lady Bear softball player. I got to go with Jess to Africa one summer on a missions trip.
Valley Mills. Also, how did you feel playing out there after all this time? But it's rough because we haven't played so long. Awesome. So what's your plan for next year?
Sam Houston State.
Sam Houston, nice. What are they, Cougs? Bearcats, sorry, my bad. Go Bearcats. All right, thank you. What about you guys?
My name's Demiana, and I'm playing softball for Vernon College next year.
Awesome.
We're in high school.
Marina, very good.
I'm Sarah, and I'm at Green High School as well, and I'm playing for St. Mary's.
Nice.
Oh, I'm Kendra Schultz. I'm at the Academy, and I'm playing softball at SAGU. I'm Aaron Foskey, and I went to Toledo, and I'm playing softball.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. Back to the
Bye.
Dunbar got 2 innings in. She had 2 strikeouts, didn't give up a hit, I don't believe, and no walks. Faced the minimum, faced 6 batters.
Looks like Alyssa Kelley's also checked back into first base. That's just what we can see here. Again, we've got the free substitutions and the Victory Bowl.
Yeah, they don't give us any kind of notice, so sorry, Mom and Dad, if we don't call them out when they go in. We'll do our best to try to spot them.
Whoa, that one going to be a little bit high and inside there, getting a little close to Niemeyer, but she's able to take that one and really just get out of the way of that one. No sense in, normally in a normal game, you'd probably want to try and wear that one, but in an all-star game like this, might want to get out of the way.
Yeah, 3-1 here. Let's see if she can get on the bags.
And, man, that was a good-looking pitch. Again, had that little bit of cut fastball movement at the end, going away from the hitter, finds the heart of the plate. So full count now to Niemeyer out of Rosebud Lot, I believe. And she's going to take strike 3. Going to ring her up there on the outside corner. Good-looking pitch by Seeley. She's going to pick up where Dunbar left off. That's the 4th strikeout in total for the Red pitching staff. First, that's going to be the first for Seeley in her first batter faced.
Outstanding pitch right there, right on the outside corner.
She's really throwing that one in there. She's bringing the heat, is Seeley. That one's going to tail just a little bit off of the plate to the outside, as it's now, I believe, Rebecca Dunlap at the plate.
She is working that outside corner. She's trying hard. Those two right there were really close. Umpire didn't give them to her, so good job on Dunlap to be patient and try to make her bring it a little bit closer so she can put a bat on it.
This time she goes more inside, and we're going to see the strike called right there. That's what that's what happens when you've got a pitcher who's kind of whose movement on the ball just kind of goes over the plate, kind of going from the right side of the plate to the left side. Going to trail back over even though it started on the inside. That one almost the same story, but looks like it was a little bit low and inside. So 3 balls, 1 strike now. Seeley can try and come back against Dunlap. 3 balls, 1 strike, and man, that time Dunlap chases one off the plate. That would have been ball 4, but
yeah,
again, started on the outside corner and just tails right off.
Tough to lay off. It looked good when it came out of her hand, but it ended up moving away.
And this time we're going to have a little tapper up to the pitcher, Seeley. And, man,
there we
much
go.
like we saw last inning, little starting off with a little kind of a little screwballish type single right there.
Almost like a swinging bunt, but, hey, we'll take it. Dunlap will certainly take it. The blue team will. And let's see if they can get some balls out in the outfield or get the red team on their heels. Maybe they can be a little aggressive on the base pass here and see if they can get a few runs back.
So now at the plate, it's going to be the pitcher, Tatum Scythe, trying to help her own cause right here. See that she's going to take one low and away from Seeley. Seeley also sporting the face mask here this afternoon. Got the black face mask on and looks like she's ready for pitch number 2. And we're going to see a runner and a throw down. That throw's going to be a little bit high, but man, nice movement on the base pass by Rebecca Dunlap. She's able to swipe second base. Also, it looks like we've got just one thing to note. We've got a substitution at catcher because that's not Alex Jones behind the plate. That is actually going to be Stormy Boone this inning. So that's another defensive substitution we've seen, and that one's going to go off the hands of Boone. Wasn't able to put the squeeze on that, and man, again, quick reflexes by Dunlap. That's something I really admire about, that softball really forces you to do. You've got to make those quick adjustments just so fast, and that time, that ball had just barely gotten away from the catcher that time, and you saw just like a shot, Dunlap was already standing on third.
Infield's back here, so anything she can put in play. Oh, here might be a run right here. It's going to be, she changed her mind. Now we got a pickle maybe.
And she's just going to dive back. That time just a little bit of hesitation right there, but probably not a bad idea. I mean, you've only got the one out in the inning. You're thinking any sort of contact, unless it's right at the third baseman.
Yeah.
You're probably scoring here.
If you're playing here, often you know how that ball bounces off the backstop, but these girls, I'm sure, have not played very many games here at all, and so there's no way of knowing how that ball is going to bounce there. And, right on the outside corner, she got the strike.
Man, that's been about the most generous outside corner we've seen today. That one was right on the black. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Scythe, trying to help her own cause. Has a runner on third base with 1 out. As we see a swing and a miss, and Seeley with her second strikeout of the ball game for her only 2 recorded outs. And now coming to the plate, looks like it's going to be number 9, Kennedy Cox, the right fielder for the blue team. She's got an opportunity to try and cut into this deficit that the blue team is facing. 4-0 here.
Big at bat here for Kennedy now. She's waited a while to get her at bat. It's the 3rd inning, and let's see if she can get one, get a ball squared up with her barrel and drive this run in and get the blue team on the board.
That pitch going to be right on the outside corner to the lefty there. Nice shot. I mean, Seeley is very in tune with where the outside corner is. She's just trying to hammer it on anyone. Right-handed, left-handed, doesn't matter. That's where she's going, and if you hit it, you hit. If you can take it the other way, I guess she'll just live with that. Nobody's been able to so far. That time she misses high and away, so 2 balls and 1 strike.
Not only she knows the umpire's calling it, but she can, props to her, she can put it there, and that's a mark of a good pitcher.
Now 2 balls and 1 strike to the right fielder from Grosbeck. She's going to take that the other way and almost right into the bullpen. He's going to go over the third base dugout and now to play. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Seeley trying to strand the runner at third. Runner, of course, got there. Had a little swing and bunt single, did Rebecca Dunlap. She then stole second and took third on a pass ball. Now we've got the 2 ball, 2 strike count here. Cox going to need to shorten up and see what she can do. This time, a little off-speed pitch. That falls low and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Seeley, no stranger to that, though. I think all of her at-bats so far this inning have gone just about to a 3-2. She's really been
pretty
working
close
deep into the count.
Yeah.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, and that ball's going to be
nice
poked
job.
foul. Man, that was going to be right on the corner.
Yep, Cox had to swing, and that's about the only thing she could have done with that unless she was standing on top of home plate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that one, I mean, it's too close to take right there because you don't want to go down looking.
Mm-hmm.
But there wasn't a whole lot you could do with that, so she just flicks that one back. She's going to get an opportunity. See if Seeley goes back to the outside. Actually, this time she goes inside. Man,
switched it
right
up
on
on
the
her.
hands, and Seeley able to make the play herself, and she works her way out of the jam. So blue team makes a little bit of noise, but at the end of the day, Seeley on the back of 2 strikeouts and a putout by herself. She was able to do it all that inning, and she gets out unscathed.
That's an outstanding job of pitching there by Seeley. She working outside. Cox fouls off a great pitch. That's questionable if it's going to be a strike or not. She's got to swing, and then she comes back inside, handcuffs her, and it's just hard to hit.
Yeah, a tough pitch, especially when you're so zoned into that outside fastball. Then you go low and in right there. That's just a really tough adjustment to make. And credit Seeley for going there and being able to locate all those pitches. I mean, she has just some great location on those. Execution of the pitches was just fantastic.
Let me read some shout-outs here. It says, go Alex Jones, James Glenn, and Kayla Threet are beyond proud of you. Moody Softball, congrats to Lena Munoz. We got congrats to all the players. Special shout-out to Oklahoma Panhandle State commit Lakota Townley and Navarro College commit Jordan Reese from their travel ball coach Lewis and the Batbusters organization. And then Coach Lewis gives a little extra info. De Los Rios and Reese are 2019 Little League World Series senior champions. Senior League World Champions, Coach says. Thanks for that note, Coach. Looks like the Chatham family wants to say kick behind to Lena Munoz and the Moody Bearcat Forever squad with a bunch of heart emojis on there. And let's go Bug, number 23. Way to hustle around those bases, says Dad. Shout out to Lakota and Alex for playing hard today in this tough Texas heat. Have fun, says Coach Reeves. Go Sarah Robertson from Tina and from her cousins in Dallas. They're watching all the way from Dallas. How about good luck, Lakota and Alex? I'm proud of y'all. Way to represent Italy, says Reagan Jones. And Ken Kate would like to give a shout-out to Alex Jones and Lakota Townley, 2 amazing young ladies and athletes. So the Italy crew is getting some shout-outs here, Alex.
Well, they do, of course, have the 2 players in there in the running, I guess, so it's easy to get both of them.
Yes.
The old 2 birds with 1 stone as we see the throwdown now from the blue team. Looks like we'll have to see. Might have a new pitcher here. As I believe we do, it's going to be Rebecca Dunlap in the circle now. So Tatum Scythe going to check out of the circle here, at least for now. Could be brought back later. Again, we've got the free substitution, so we won't say her day is over in the circle. However, right now it's going to be Dunlap. Dunlap was the other girl I saw warming up earlier in the bullpen.
Dunlap's out of Fairfield, and they, of course, I'm not sure, maybe someone who's watching, sorry I don't know this, but of course Fairfield Lady Eagles won the state championship in basketball right before a lot of the shutdown happened. I'm not sure if she was part of that squad or not, but know that Lady Eagles, the basketball team, had an outstanding basketball season to finish and win state, and here she is in the circle.
Yeah, really just a great program top to bottom on the girls' side with Fairfield. Again, of course, producing softball players like this. So she's going to go ahead and take ball 1. It's now Townley. Townley at the plate. She's going to take ball 2 as that one's going to be high. Townley out of Italy.
Those of you who are watching, you can't see the scoreboard. We will tell you it is 4-0, red team. And no, I got a text about that. Sorry, we're not. If you missed that, we're in the top of the 4th, and the red team got 4 runs in the top of the 3rd on looks like 5 hits and a couple of errors. Lots of aggressive base running here, and about halfway through this one, it's a little warm, but sure is exciting to be a part of this and have some real live action for the first time in months.
Yeah, just to recap the scoring, of course, the first run of that inning scored on a a wild pitch.
Mm-hmm.
That was how the first run came in after a little bit of a little swinging bunt single, then an actual bunt single, followed by a nice little sharp shot. That was what drove in the second run. That was Dunbar who drove that in. We're going to see a walk issued now to Townley and her second plate appearance. That brings up Audrey Holloman. And then after that first run scored, we had RBIs by Stormy Boone, Mackie Dunbar, and Alyssa Kelley rounding it out before they were retired in that ball game. Now it looks like it's going to be Audrey Holloman coming up. Along with playing softball, looks like she was also a cheerleader and involved with the Key Club, NHS, and UIL academics over at West. First pitch is going to be taken.
I want to remind you all watching that we'll be right back here at Mary Hardin Baylor tomorrow at the same time at the field right behind us for the All-Star Baseball game.
Of course, looking forward to that as well. Always fun to have the Victory Bowl action here, and in back-to-back days as well. We're going to see a little throw behind that time. But the runner at first base, Townley, able to scamper back. No problem.
Like I said earlier, I have not been able to come to these games because we're usually in Waco with volleyball and football and cheer preparations. But I have heard that the softball crowd is just about packed and standing along the concourse. And, of course, both baseball and softball are typically played at the same time on Friday night around 6 o'clock. And I have seen pictures and I've heard that it is quite the atmosphere with both stands being pretty full with fans and families and coaches coming to support these young ball players.
So that's actually going to be ball 4 right there, as the walk is going to be drawn by Holloman. So second walk of the inning for Dunlap. He's got I believe there's 1 out showing on the board, but shouldn't be any outs.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, so just runners on first and second, and it's going to should be Elena Munoz coming to the dish. Let's see, in the first inning, she popped out, I believe, to Scythe. Excuse me, that was in the second inning, her first plate appearance. She's now going to show bunt. She pulls it back and takes the high fastball right there.
Red team wants to make something happen here again, just like they did in that last inning. If they can get a bunt in, who knows, they might get a wild throw. They're willing to trade an out for getting 2 runners in scoring position, that's for sure.
So now, 1-0 count. Looks like that time no bunt was shown, but another pitch taken high. So Dunlap quickly with it behind in the count again. 2 balls, no strikes, and the circle. She's now going to rock back, and she's going to fire again. This one's going to be fouled off straight back towards us. Yes, if this was a more serious, not an all-star game, your coach probably, giving you the take sign right there after 2 walks and you've got the 2-0 count.
That's right.
I respect trying to make a little something happen here in the old all-star game.
Hey, it's an all-star game. Let's grip it and rip it. If it's anywhere close, let's see what we can do with it. And the outfielders are playing deep, so anything over the infielder's head.
That's a
nice play.
Yeah, hot
double
shot
play.
And a double play, indeed. They were even going for the triple play right there. As that time, nice little shot off the bat of Munoz, but that's going to be a 6-4 double play. And that's going to erase Lakota Townley off the base paths, and it's going to strand Audrey Holloman on first base. But coming up now is going to be J.C. Ehlers. Ehlers next year is going to be attending the University of Texas at Arlington. She's going to be pursuing a degree. She's going to be majoring in fine arts and minoring in business. Also, with the shout-out earlier, giving the shout-out to Bug, that is J.C. Ehlers. That's what her friends and family call her. And now we're going to see her take a pitch, and we're going to see a throw down by Scholes. And, man, bang play
Bang,
at
bang.
second base. But
Yes.
Holloman able to swipe second right there.
I tell you what, that double play was just what Dunlap needed. And once again, Alex Foskey is in the middle of that shortstop. She's had some nice plays in the field defensively.
Yeah, I mean, she's just been doing just a fantastic job. And now it actually looks like he had to retie the shoe right there. Shoe might have come off there in that exchange trying to get out Holloman at second base. Ehlers in her first at bat. She was the one who started, I guess you could say she started the fire in the third inning. She led off with, of course, that kind of swinging buntish single. And this time she's going to shoot one over, and it goes right under the glove of the first baseman, but she does a nice job of recovering. Man, just a heads-up play that time. That was Kennedy Cox who'd actually gone from right field to first base that time, and she did a nice job of, she didn't quite get the ball, but she reacted quickly, got straight back to the bag because that's where she needed to be. They were able to put her out 4-3 and end the inning. So after a little bit of noise was made early with the 2 leadoff walks, Seeley able to right the ship largely with help of the double play turn by Foskey and get out of the inning unscathed. So it's still 4-0 in favor of the Red All-Stars.
It's not often where you walk the first 2 batters and no one scores, and that's just what happened. And props to Dunlap and her defense for getting out of that inning. Let's see if Blue can get another couple hits here in a row and get on the board. A couple shout-outs to read again. Let's see, Brittany Villa, shout-out to Makey Rue, and CC Villa says shout-out to Big Mac. Paw Gary says, way to go, Tatum. Lakota and Alex, it's a joy watching y'all play softball one more time. Gladiators forever, says Mr. Glover. Good luck, Alex and Lakota. Love y'all and go kick butt, says Skylar Beth. We can say that on the Victory Bowl, can't we? Mm-hmm. Looks like the Elmore say shout out to Mackie Dunbar from her faves. Alyssa Kelley, looking good, girl. Mimi, Poppy, Carol, TK, Christy, Michelle, Haley. This is the whole family and then some right here. Kazan, Dylan, Ashley, Jace, Ryan, Reagan, Kinsley, Kevin. We love you and we love softball. And congratulations, Alina Munoz from your Troy fan. AK's Mimi. And
it looks like they're having a little watch party at Mimi's house right there for Alyssa Kelley. Coming up now, it looks like for the Blue Squad, it's still going to be Seeley in the circle for the Red team. Coming up and leading off is going to be the 11 batter. That's going to be the catcher, Kinsey Scholes. Kinsey will be continuing her softball career at Southern Assembly of God University, and she's going to be majoring in education.
All right.
Up there for the Lions.
Looks like the Cooper is watching from the Combine, so he shout out to Mackey, he says. I guess the Combine's got Wi-Fi.
I guess so. Right there, again, right back to the outside corner goes Seeley, and Scholes going to take a big swing right through that pitch. Strike one. Seeley's done a nice job since coming in last inning, had the 2 strikeouts and put one out herself. That time looks like it's just going to miss off the plate, evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike.
This is what you want here now. You want the blue team, if you're cheering for the blue team, to communicate to one another that, hey, she is living on the outside corner. And if they got to make that adjustment here to see if they can take that thing to the right field or the opposite field, wherever they are in the batter's box. There was a little flare out to the right side for the first out of the inning. Again, it's outside. It's coming, and let's see if they can make an adjustment.
That was Alyssa Kelley, who's, man, she's been moving all over. She's been the extra hitter. She's been at first base and now has moved over to second base, and the ball keeps finding her. We keep calling her name, so she's over at second base now for the Red Squad. Coming to the plate now, it's back up to the top of the lineup. It's Alyssa Bates at the plate. Looks like she's going to take strike one. That time, Seeley goes on the inside corner. Bates was attacked pretty aggressively by Mackie Dunbar on the outside in her first place appearance. Bates, a slapper. They did a really nice job of trying to neutralize that. Slapper from Mildred. That time they go back outside, but it's going to be just a little bit off the plate.
No, he called it a strike, though, now.
That was a little of a late call. So now, quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. So I guess that was a as good of a pitch as I thought it was. I was about to say.
She's hit her on the inside corner for strike 1, the outside for strike 2, and so as a batter, you got to be thinking what is coming, and that was just off the plate there. Good pitcher's pitch, and Bates has got to be this thinking in her mind, where is this pitch going to be?
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if she goes right back to the outside, and that's where she tried to go. She's really trying to keep it low, and I think that's more of where it's missing. I think that's on the plate, but I think it's just not. It's just not got enough lift on it there. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Actually, excuse me, should be 2 balls and 2 strikes now. We're going to have that ball hit on the ground over there. Nice hands by the third base coach there for Team Blue. I think that might be Coach Johnny Jones over there, as he's wearing blue.
No, that's Coach Kennedy from Conley.
Oh, he's not even on my. Oh, he is on my roster. I was looking at the red roster right there. That's why I'm trying to find a coach that school colors are blue. That one's going to be bounced in there. It's going to be another ball. Nice job of. A nice job of Boone, not letting that one get too far away. So.
Nice job by Bates here battling. Let's see if she can keep it going.
A nice job, and this time he's going to foul another one off. That one's going to go, looked like right into the bullpen over there.
She's making the pitcher work, doing a great job, and she's keep battling. Maybe she can get something over the plate that she can drive.
We'll see what Bates is able to do here. It's probably the most that Seeley's had to work so far in this ballgame, and that's going to be ball 4.
Outstanding at bat.
Really was. Did a nice job of just protecting and was able to get on base. Bates, being a slapper, probably got some pretty good speed now on first base.
Got to think she's going to be going here.
Got the one out, and it's Foskey now at the plate. Foskey shows bunt, and that ball is just barely going to skip away from Boone. And again, you see the quickness on the base paths. They're able to take second base quite easily. Foskey looks like is going to be continuing her playing career at Temple College. She plans to graduate with her associates and then wants to go to UMHB to study nursing.
Great bunt. Does the perfect job getting her over here now. They got a chance to drive her in.
So now with the sacrifice bunt, blue team trying to play and get that runner into third, deep into scoring position there. Nice bunt there by Foskey. Put that down as the sacrifice. And now coming up to the plate, it's going to be Damiana Longo. Longo at least started this game at second base, but of course both teams kind of shuffling the players around to each position. In her first plate appearance, she grounded out to the third baseman. Looks like she takes ball 1 right there.
I'm going to go out on a limb here, Alex, and say the blue team's going to get on the board. I don't know why. I just got a hunch.
We see a nice little shot over there to third base and a high throw.
Oh,
but she's able to get
I was
back
almost
on the
right.
back. I was about to say, I thought you spoke that right into existence.
Nice play by the first baseman.
Yeah, that was a great job of going up, getting up, and stretching for that one. And so with that is going to be all here. So once again, the blue team puts a runner on third base, but they are not able to bring them in. Now, I believe that was Dunbar, actually, who'd moved over to first base and was able to stab that ball right there. So, again, another nice play by her. And they go into the 5th inning still leading 4-0.
That's an outstanding play at first. I mean, it keeps a run from scoring, but also keeps that base runner from getting to second, at least, possibly third on a high throw there, and keeps the blue at 0. We're going to the 5th inning. They got 3 more chances, and, of course, the red team has 3 more chances to add to their lead as well. A couple more shout-outs to read here. Proud of you, Mackey, from Taylor Golke. Proud of you pitching again, Mackey, from Gina Golke. Yanez family is so proud of Alyssa Kelley and love her very much. Pop Schultz in Dallas, Texas, cheering on Rebecca Dunlap. Watching you from Florida, the state of Florida. Kenzie Seeley, great job. We are so proud of you. Great pitching, Kenzie Seeley. Love you, your Florida family. Also the Porchatska family. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly. And also proud of you from Aunt Holly, also to Kenzie Seeley. We are so proud of you, Lulu. Wish you could hear me cheering you on, but I know you feel it. Love you beyond words. To Alex Jones from Sissy. Shout out to the Victory Bowl softball players from Denton, Texas. Those are just some fans from Denton that are watching. people need to watch some sports, so they're tuning in. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get one more here. Lakota and Alex. Go Lakota and Alex from Brody. And good luck, AJ. Arguably the best catcher around besides me, says Reese Yannick to Alex Jones.
Wonder if that's Italy's catcher for the boys team right there. Let's see. It looks like coming up is going to be the pitcher, Kinsey Seeley, followed by Stormy Boone and Kenna Miner to start off the inning. As we see, man,
change up.
Nice looking pitch right there. Again, goes with the off speed. That time is Dunlap starting her second inning of work. Let's see also if we can work in really quickly. We'd like to, of course, extend a thanks to the Temple Daily Telegram and Waco Tribune getting the word out and covering this one, as we're going to see ball one taken that time by Seeley. And one last thank you, of course, for Sarah Williams. She was our trainer, is going to be our trainer for today and tomorrow for the baseball and softball games, making sure everyone's staying safe out there, and really just keeping everything running smoothly. So, of course, a big thank you to her as well.
Sarah is a servant. She comes and serves at our junior high day of champions, and she served at our statewide coaches and captains camp last summer, as well as our statewide college retreat for a number of years in a row. And so appreciate her willingness to get out here, to bring her bag and just be available just in case. And we hope we don't need her at all, but just in case she's here.
And it's just great that all these, all these players, of course, with the FCA, not just the coaches and the other players, but get to see so many people with the servant's heart, like Miss Williams. We're going to see a high pop-up in the air. That's going to be called off by the shortstop. Play is going to be made.
If it's anywhere close to that shortstop, it's a done deal today.
Yeah, because that's still Foskey playing there. I wanted to verify, make sure that they hadn't shifted her around. But, man, when she's playing like that, I don't know why you would need to shift her around. She's been playing fantastic there from the shortstop spot. Coming to the plate now is going to be Stormy Boone. Boone playing catch. She played catcher last inning. It actually played there for the last 2 innings after starting the game as the extra hitter. Been moving around a little bit as well. She's also seen some action at first base as she takes ball one. Dunlap looks like it's settled down a little bit here in the second inning. Had the early 2 walks, but I think that really, the double play really was a nice momentum shift for her.
Yes. I was going to say, I'm hoping those Victory Bowl baseball guys are watching this, and they're getting a little bit more excited about what they're going to get to do tomorrow. On the just behind us here, these ladies did a great job of kicking this off today, and we're looking forward to the next couple of games upcoming.
Yes, always exciting. Nice little FCA Victory Bowl weekend, and really just coming at a great time because, as you mentioned, a bunch of people are probably pretty desperate for some sports these days. Not a whole lot going on, although we've got some stuff coming back. I know the MLS is coming back for any soccer fans. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I might watch it just because I just love to have something to watch. Now we're going to see. That was a ball off the plate as well. Good looking pitch right there.
Very close. I thought he might raise that right arm up, but he didn't.
Yeah, I was about to say that one looked, just based on how he'd called previously, that one must have been just, I guess, a little bit high. Could be my only thing, but it's now 3 balls, 1 strike to Boone. And now it's 3 balls and 2 strikes as Boone looks like kicking herself a little bit there. Knew that she swung at the old rise ball right there.
That's tough to lay off, though. It's right there in your eyes. That ball's getting bigger and bigger. It's like, I just go ahead and hit that one, and she missed it.
And it just keeps going up, too. It starts in the strike zone and then just goes right up. And now we're going to see a line drive into center field, and that's going to be gloved there by the center fielder. Have to verify that that is Bates, and that is Alyssa Bates still manning center field.
That's one of the hardest hit balls of the day. Is hit on a line right out to her, and Bates is playing medium deep, and she read it perfectly and made it look easier than probably it was where she's playing, but read it really well.
So now it's the 11-hole hitter, Kenna Miner, at the plate. She walked in her only plate appearance so far this afternoon. She's going to hit a hot shot. Man, nice job of staying with that. By, I believe that was Townley who was able, no, excuse me.
That's De Los Rios.
De Los Rios, actually, who was able to stay with that. As that kind of popped up, she was able to turn around, catch it, and then made the strong throw over. So a quick 1-2-3 inning that time for Dunlap. Holds the red team scoreless once again. And now it looks like coming up for the blue team should be 4, 5, 6, if I'm not mistaken. Should be Veronica De Los Rios, Sarah Robertson, and Jessica Johnson coming up for the blue squad.
That was a tough play. It was the way it was hit. You could tell it was going to be an in-between hop, and she was going to have to get her body in front of it because it was going to handcuff her, and she did. Knocked it down, stayed composed, and made a nice throw to first to get her and get the blue team back to the dugout. Hey, way to go, Alex and Lakota from Derek and LaTanya. Shout out to my favorite Moody Bearcat, Alina Munoz, says Mom. And shout out to my favorite Moody Bearcat, Alina Munoz, and our favorite Trojan, Alyssa Kelley. Shout out to Mackie Dunbar. We are so proud of you. Love Uncle John, Aunt Christy, Kylie, and Jaden. Shout out to Lakota Townley and Alex Jones from your principal. Fun to watch you ladies play, says Jason Lawson. Thanks, Mr. Lawson, for tuning in. That's Alyssa Kelley, all-around player, Cisco Wranglers. Here she comes. Shout out, congratulations to all our Syntex Buzz softball ladies that have kept the tradition of today alive. Very proud of the example you've all grown to be. Watching you all together in this is the best gift. And let's see here, a couple more before we get going. Go JC, love you Emma. And go Gladiators, Coda and Alex from Muttley's crew.
So again, it's a pretty common theme, some more Dunbar fans, and of course the Gladiators have really done a nice job representing the shout-out department as well. Now leading off, it's going to be Veronica De Los Rios. She popped out to the second baseman in her only plate appearance so far this afternoon. She's going to shoot one. Man, that was a pretty hard-hit ball, but straight back. Straight back.
When a batter's right on the pitch and they foul it straight back, you know that they're seeing it well. And so you can expect the ball to be in a different spot here if she can keep controlling that, or a different speed, because she was right on it.
Now, another pitch coming in. I believe it's still Seeley on the mound. It is still wearing the big number 3, starting her third inning of work.
That was a great pitch right there. Not a strike, but in a really good spot.
See if maybe she tries and sets up the inside pitch. And that time, I'm not sure if that was supposed to be inside, but it ends up rolling inside. Yep. Right there, you saw the catcher kind of shift over towards the outer portion of the plate. Might have tried to throw a little off-speed pitch of some sort. Just got away from Seeley right there. So it's now 2 balls and 1 strike.
Be big right here if the Blue can get their leadoff hitter on.
So now it looks like that's going to be fouled off. So 2 balls and 2 strikes now. It's going to be De Los Rios going to have to battle a little bit here against Seeley, who's pitched had a very nice afternoon so far. She took over, I believe, in the 3rd inning.
Nice job fouling that off. What an outstanding pitch. And again, all she could do was foul it off and hope for something better to hit. And unless she's standing on top of home plate, there's not much you can do with that.
Yeah, but again, you can't go down swinging can't go down looking in the All-Star game. You came here to play big and get some cuts in. And she shoots one over there.
Nice play.
Man, again, it's Alyssa Kelley over there at second base, able to make the play once again. Just scooped that one up. That one just stuck right in the glove. There again, hot shot by De Los Rios, but that's going to be just a ground out to second. Now coming up is going to be Sarah Robertson. As mentioned, Sarah's going to be continuing. She's going to be going to St. Mary's University in San Antonio, looking to study accounting. And she's going to hit one deep down the right field line. Oh, just going to be fouled. That one just about one hopped into the fence. That's probably the best charge we've seen into one so far today, that time by Robertson. Robertson, of course, out of Lorena. And at Lorena, also played varsity basketball and golf. Was also a member of the marching band and the volleyball team, along with being a member of the NHS. So a very well-rounded player there from Lorena. She's got the 0-1 count now after really shooting that one pretty far down the first base line.
Good eye.
That evens the count now at 1-1. The red team still leading 4-0. In case you weren't here in the 3rd inning, that's when all the action happened. 4 runs put on the board by the red team, coming off of 5 hits, a couple of errors, and some very nice base running by the red squad. That's going to be ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Robertson. Of course, you had RBIs in that inning by Alyssa Kelley, Mackie Dunbar, and Stormy Boone. We see another good take right there, and it's now 3 balls, 1 strike as Seeley's falling behind in this one.
You got to like this if you're Robertson right here. You've put a charge into one. Oh, my.
Oh, man,
you could feel it
down. Knocked down by the first baseman, and they throw
Safe.
over. Can't get her right there. Seeley, man, I'm surprised she got a glove on that one. Could have thrown her out, but I think just as a reflex, instead of going for the ball first and throwing it over, went for the glove instead.
You could feel something hard hit coming if it was going to be a decent pitch. Robertson was all over that first one, just foul down the right field line as you called one hop from the fence, and just had some really good takes. And she got one over the plate, and she was all over it.
Well, yeah, I mean, she knew that she had to be the strike had to be coming.
Yep.
Seeley, I don't think, has walked anyone so far in this ball game. I don't think we've actually seen a walk from the red side as of yet from the red pitching staff. Really,
Seeley's
got the zone.
Seeley's got one that I've gotten down here. Let's see where that happened. I guess in the 4th inning, Bates was walked.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, but for the most part, both pitchers for the red squad have really pounded the zone well. Both Dunbar and Seeley is now 1-1. Now it's 2-1. Looks like that one was a little bit low. It's Jessica Johnson at the plate. She's trying to see what she can do to help her team out of Valley Mills. Struck out in her only plate appearance so far. That one's going to be low as well. And much of a contrast to Kinsey Scholes, the catcher for the blue team. Catchers for the red team really haven't worried too much throwing behind runners, keeping them honest over there. We'll see if they try and get, well, actually they're going to go. I was about to say runners taken off, but that's ball 4. So as we say that she hadn't really walked anyone, she goes and walks Johnson right there, excuse me.
Blue team's got something cooking now here. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Now, coming up to the plate, it's going to be Kristen Niemeyer. Niemeyer, I believe, was the first batter faced by Seeley when she came to this ballgame. She struck out, and she takes a big cut right there. It looks like she was trying to cut that deficit to 1 with that string. Going for the long ball there, but she comes up empty, so it's going to be no balls and 1 strike. Niemeyer now going to take one low. Niemeyer at a Rosebud lot.
If we were no outs here, you'd be tempted as the coaches to put a bunt on and move them over. You'd hate to give up that second out in the inning, and so you're hopeful here that Niemeyer can of course get a single or more than that, or work away on base and keep passing the bat down the line and keep putting the pressure on the red team here.
Yes, and now we're going to see one shot, man, straight back towards us here in the booth. And yeah, definitely need to be patient right here if you are, if you're the batter. After Seeley fell way behind in Sarah Robertson at the bat before she took the 3-1 pitch right back to Seeley and then walked Johnson. Got to be careful. Seeley's struggled just a little bit in this inning, but she doesn't struggle there. Throws it right by Niemeyer. That's another strikeout for Seeley. Seeley that time just looked like she just muscled that one by her. So now with a runner on third base, as the runner was able to advance from second to third in that little cloud of dust right there. We got runners on the corners, and at the plate it's going to be Rebecca Dunlap trying to help her own cause, and now we're going to see a runner go to second.
Works like a bunt, I guess. We got him in scoring position now. Let's see. Dunlap has, I think, the only hit for the blue team, so let's see if she can get another one.
De Los Rios, or excuse me, not De Los Rios. Dunlap now is going to take ball 2, as that one was inside that time. Or no, it was Stormy Boone who's behind the plate. Didn't really even flinch when that runner took off. She was just going to let her go, not going to let him put the run home. That pitch now right down the middle. That's going to be a strike. Good-looking pitch there from Seeley. Little challenge pitch right there. Now we're going to see
right on it.
Straight back again. Seeley again looks like she's content to just try and challenge Dunlap right here. Little pitcher-on-pitcher battle. Here is Dunlap in the circle for the blue team as of last half inning.
Had this been in mid-season, I don't think Dunlap misses that pitch. But she fouled it straight back.
And now we see
nice
an pitch. Man, the little change-up right there, and that just froze Dunlap. And Seeley works her way out of another jam. That's, man, All 3 innings
Wow.
Seeley has pitched, she's had a runner stranded on third base. This time strands 2 on second and third. So she's at least been keeping it interesting for our over 500 listeners who were been able to tune into this ball game. And so now going into the top half of the 6th inning, the red team going to look to try and pad their lead a little bit. Let's see, it looks like coming up for the red squad, I believe it should be the top of the lineup with Dunbar, Jones, and Kelley should be due up for the red All-Stars. So let's see, let me just verify that that is the case. And yeah, that is going to be Dunbar, who looks like she is ready for action.
Alex, it looks like, I'm just getting some stats on our broadcast here. It looks like over 10 states are watching the Victory Bowl softball game, with people from Tennessee, Nebraska, and Virginia, and Georgia, and Iowa, and Illinois, Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas. The Victory Bowl has gone nationwide.
Yes, and I mean, that's the great thing, again, with having the ability to live stream the event. Allows these people, these friends and family members who normally, I mean, would never have an opportunity.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're looking at it, it's at 3 o'clock, it's a 2 o'clock game on, in the afternoon of a Thursday. And so a lot of people are at work and just kind of watch this in their downtime and stuff like that, just have it going in the background. It's just a great opportunity for all these people who normally, may never get to see them play during the regular season.
And as you mentioned, just I think a second ago, over 500 people, over 500 viewers watching. We know that there's a lot of people watching together, and so it's well over that many watching. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for supporting these ladies, these coaches, and what a joy it is to see this, as these ladies were drafted back in January by these coaches at a draft at our offices where we announced them. And then in February, we had our press conference to publicly announce the teams. Of course, the plan in April was to have a banquet to honor and recognize all of them at the Farrell Center in Waco, and we typically have 1,300 attend that. As you know, our world was a little different around that time, and so our banquet was this past Sunday with about 700 there, and now these games.
Looks like we might have a new pitcher, and we'll have to wait until they turn around. That's going to be number 12. Sarah Robertson has entered the circle for the blue team. At the plate is Mackie Dunbar. Mackie gave us a little bit of information on herself. Got to talk to her before the game. She played basketball all 4 years of high school, along with softball over at Crawford. She's going to take ball 2. Also, looks like she's very into, she showed goats and lambs starting in the 3rd grade. So for 10 years, was able to do that. And she raises Dorper sheep with her family. And she's also, next season, I guess, will be going to Tarleton State University, where she will continue her softball career. One that was a very good one, of course, included a state championship, along with a great performance she's put together today, both in the circle and at the plate, as she did have an RBI in her last at-bat. She's 1 for 1 with an RBI single and a walk. Currently has the 3-0 count in her favor.
Remind our viewers here at the end of the game, we will have a outstanding player announced for the red team and the blue team. Typically, we would have a Gene Pemberton Servant Heart Award that we would give out before the game. After the 3 days, 2 nights that we have a normal Victory Bowl week. Since that was not something we could do this year, instead we'll have a outstanding player from both teams as Dunbar reaches first base on a walk.
So Dunbar, that's the 2nd walk she's been able to draw so far in the ball game here, and that leads off this 6th inning. Again, playing 7 innings in this afternoon's ball game, so getting close to the end. And now it's going to be Alex Jones at the plate. She tries to bunt one right there. Jones has come up empty in both of her plate appearances with 2 swinging strikeouts.
Dunbar's reached base now 3 times, all 2 walks and a single, and been really involved in a lot of things.
Yeah, pitched 2 scoreless no-hit innings to lead off the game in the circle for the red team. Also is now, as you said, reached base 3 times. That's a good-looking pitch right there, and that's going to be strike 2 to Jones, who's started out the game at catcher before it was taken over by Boone. Boone's caught the last handful of innings. Jones, of course, one of the two Italy Gladiators have been getting a lot of love, and she's going to
Nice
just golf
job.
one, just golf that one right through the 5-6 hole. Nice job, piece of hitting right there. Just fought that one off. Almost looked like she drugged the bat on the ground for that one.
Outstanding job with 2 strikes to shorten up her swing, and really your job as a hitter there is to put the ball in play. You know the pitcher's going to probably not throw something over the middle, but it may be a strike, and so you got to protect, and that is what she did, and she found a hole over there in the 6 hole and had a clean single.
And so now 2 runners on to start the inning here in Robertson's first inning of work, and now we're going to see a bunt attempt by Kelley. That one goes right back to Robertson, and she's able to make the out at first. Had a little throw back behind the runner. Make sure keeping Mackie Dunbar honest over at third base. But credit Kelley with the sacrifice. And now there are runners on second and third. Only one out, and it's going to be Jordan Reese. I believe you mentioned was going to Navarro to continue
That's
her
right.
softball career. Also out of West, along with Audrey Holloman, 2 West Lady Trojans.
Got to like how the red team continues to try to put pressure on with whether that's a bunt or putting the runners in motion and forcing the blue team to make a play defensively. Again, not easy because the girls just have not had time to take ground balls and to make the throws and do the things you have to do to be great in this game.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was something that we could have expected. Again, with the pitching, it's easier to stay in it with pitching because you can go out and throw every day, by yourself. And it's a very similar experience. I mean, not the exact experience, obviously, but it's a much more similar experience than if you were to maybe hit in the cage or just field some ground balls. If you got a brother or sister that's at home right now, doing that as well. But man, credit both teams. Been a pretty clean game, both defensively.
Yes.
Both teams have been able to, especially later in the game, have been able to string some hits together. Robertson right now really pitching away from the slapper. Reese trying to hit on that outside corner with some soft stuff, try and throw off the timing there of the slapper. Reese, of course, started the game at second base, but has since moved elsewhere. As Kelley in the last inning was playing second base, and we see a bunt attempt right there, and they are going to say that there was an attempt made at the ball. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now on Reese.
Looked like she was going to try to drag that to the right side. Third baseman De Los Rios was charging hard, and had she been able to connect, it probably would have been a run because first and second were playing back.
And now we see a little dribbler over to third
Play
base.
at the plate.
Glove flip.
Oh,
man, great job of sliding in there by Dunbar. She kind of dove head first, right into the glove of Seeley, who tried to make the tag. Ball pops out, and that's going to be, technically it'd be a sack. I believe it'd actually be a fielder's choice right there. But nonetheless, Reese is standing on second base after the bunt. The RBI fielder's choice, I guess we'll call it.
That's right. That's right.
And so now, of course, in all of that chaos, Reese goes ahead and takes second base as well, as that ball had kind of skipped away, of course, after it went out of Scholl's glove. Now coming to the plate is going to be Lakota Townley. Townley 0 for 1 in the ballgame, but did draw a walk. She was put out in a pickle, I believe, her last time on the base pass.
That's tough there. The pitcher Robertson made a good play. De Los Rios made a nice scoop with the glove and flip with the gloves, but all she could do was a bang-bang play, and Dunbar came in with a clean slide, and the ball just came out. Bang-bang play there at the plate, and red team gets another run.
So now it's Robertson. Already one run across here in this inning as we see a nice little swing from Townley. Tried to slap that one over again, trying to target that right side as you've got the runners both in scoring position. 1 ball and 2 strikes, I believe, now on Townley.
Big moment right here now. If Townley or Holloman on deck here can connect and drive these 2 runs in, you got to think that the red team's in a pretty comfortable spot with the lead. Already up 5, you're feeling pretty good. With the way that the red team has pitched and played defense. But if they can put a 7 up there, then oh boy.
Now 2 balls and 2 strikes after that pitch was off the plate high. Now we see a big swing, and Townley not able to catch up with that outside fastball, so that's going to be a swinging strikeout. First of the afternoon for the pitcher Robertson.
Great job by Robertson to keep fighting, and outstanding pitch there to make her chase and swing and get an out.
So now at the plate, it's going to be Audrey Holloman. Holloman, of course, one of the two girls mentioned from West Texas. She goes ahead and takes strike one.
She's got a strikeout and a walk on the day, and so she's ready for one here to square up.
Looks like she's going for the bunt there again. Wasn't able to make contact on the attempt, so it's quickly 0-2 on Holloman. Holloman really has a nice matching helmet, matching the red uniform, just by chance right there. It's West's colors. And now we're going to see a little tap over there to the third baseman. Quick throw
Good job.
over from De Los Rios, and that will put out the side, but not before. Red team going to get an extra run of insurance on an RBI fielder's choice from Jordan Reese. And with that, they push the lead now to 5-0. Two more opportunities for the blue team to take up the bats here, starting with the bottom of the sixth inning. It looks like it's going to be, let's see, it looks like it should be Tatum, Scythe.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be Scythe, Cox, and Scholes coming up to the plate.
Let me read some more shout-outs here. They keep rolling in from these 500-plus viewers. Says Coach Horn wishes Lakota and Alex the best of luck. Way to represent the Italy Gladiators. Shout out to Tatum Scythe from Elena's mom, Yesenia. Hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Might be Yesenia.
There you go. I'd like to send a shout out to Alex Jones and Lakota Townley from Italy High School. They're awesome young ladies, both on and off the field. Go Gladiators. Once again, from the crew watching at San Jose Island. Do your thing, AK. Shout out to Alex and Lakota. I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all are going to do great things in life. Thank y'all for always helping me out, especially when it comes to softball. I love y'all, Carly. Go Gladiators. Watching from Rockport, Texas. Go Sarah Robertson. So proud of you. Go Blue. Love you. Go. You're Gigi. And then lastly here, Mimi and Papa watching Rebecca Dunlap from home. We love you and are so proud of you. Thanks, folks, for tuning in and being a part of this broadcast. It's been a lot of fun for us here. You know, as we started this, we told these coaches that the most important thing is the spirit of the game as we play and as we compete, that we do it with the mind of representing their programs, representing their families. And one of the things that we shared with them on Sunday at our banquet was just how important it is to have a personal relationship with Christ. It's not about going to church. It's not about attending FCA or some other religious organization. Those things are important. Those help us in our growth. But most importantly is that personal relationship with Jesus. And that was clearly shared on Sunday. All these players got a commemorative Victory Bowl watch that we give out to our All-Stars each year, and a couple other Victory Bowl gifts that we wanted just to bless these ladies and these other athletes from the other sports with. And it's just been a joy for these 12 years to have these events, to connect with our 100 high schools in our 12 counties that we're blessed to serve.
So we've got a new pitcher. Well, not really a new pitcher. Looks like Dunbar has retaken the circle.
Bring her back in and shut the door down, probably.
For the red team. Dunbar, so far in the ballgame, has an RBI single along with 2 walks and 2 runs scored in the batter's box. And in the pitching, in the circle, she's got 3 strikeouts and 2 scoreless, hitless innings. Those were the first 2 innings. She was able to throw up zeros. It's been kind of the theme for red pitchers, putting up the zeros, and she goes right back and attacks Tatum Scythe, pitch number 1 on the outside corner. That's a strike that she swings right through. Scythe, UTSA softball signee, struck out in her only plate appearance she's had so far. Dunbar now, I believe she's getting her first look at Scythe, as Scythe was one of the first batters that
That's correct.
Seeley faced.
Yep.
She's now got the 1-1 count. Seeley really made it exciting in the circle. Always made sure to have a couple runners on before she could slam the door on them just for dramatic effect.
But she left unscathed, so you got to love that. Right back. She was on it. Scythe was.
Yeah, that one looks like it was just a little bit in on the hands as well. As that time saw Dunbar try to go inside on Try to go inside on Scythe right there. Scythe opened the game up pitching for the Blue All-Stars. See what she's able to do here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dunbar going to go ahead and wind up and deliver. That time goes high and inside. Good take right there by Scythe. Scythe, of course, out of Midway High School. So now, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're going to see Dunbar come to the plate again. This time leaves that one high as well. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now as Dunbar runs the count full on Tatum Scythe. Scythe, right now the blue team's got 6 more outs left in this ballgame, and they've got to make up 5 runs. A little bit of a tall task,
but the way to do it is 1 at a time.
And right there's another strikeout for Dunbar. Looks like she just had been pitching the whole game, like she didn't just have a little 3-inning break from the circle. Goes right back. That's her 4th strikeout of the ball game. Had 2 in the first inning, 1 in the second, and now 1 here in the bottom half of the 6th.
You got to love a pitcher who's you can tell has been getting dirty. If you look out there, she's of course with that play at the plate last inning, and she's been involved in a lot of action.
Yeah, no kidding, and that's why, she's just had a fantastic game. As we see, first pitch to Kennedy Cox is going to be fouled off down the left field line. Ends up staying in play, but nobody's able to get to it, so 0-1 quickly on Cox. Cox, in Seeley's first inning of pitching, tapped out to Seeley in that in her first plate appearance. Kinsey was able to go 1-2-3, or nearly went 1-2-3 that inning. So now, takes one high over the head that time. 1 ball and 1 strike. Red team has been very good in the circle so far in this ballgame, of course. Only have allowed maybe 3 hits, or so actually maybe even less than that. Only 2 hits, it looks like, is what I've got them down for.
Yeah, and I've got 7 strikeouts and 2 walks, so they have not given anything away, and they've done a great job of throwing a lot of strikes.
So now, speaking of strikes, there's another one we just saw from Dunbar. So now 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count on Cox, the right fielder. Or actually, she's played right field and first base in this ball game, depending on the inning and who has been pitching. Now got a 2-2 count after the ball. Cox not wearing, actually no, it looks like she's wearing the gray batting gloves. I was about to say, looked like the going just all natural there, but she's going to foul one straight back. Looks like got just a little bit under that one, not quite able to square that one up. See how Cox battled a lot in her last plate appearance as well. That one was against Kinsey Seeley before eventually ending up hitting a grounder right back to the pitcher.
That was with Dunlap at third. That was a big moment in the game for at the time. There's a hit.
And that is, you're in fact going to get down, quickly thrown back in by the left fielder.
Nice piece of hitting right there by Cox.
I have to see who that is, because that's very far and away from us. I believe that's number 23. Ehlers. It was either 3 or 23. We kind of, again, didn't really have her back to us for too long, but there's only 2 players with the 3 in their number, so by process of elimination we can get it down to there. We'll see if
one of those, yeah.
See if they turn around in a little bit. But nonetheless, runner on first base, that's Kennedy Cox. And now it's Kinsey Scholes at the plate. Going to be ball 1 there to Scholes. Scholes been behind the plate pretty much all afternoon for the blue squad. And she flared out to the second baseman in her only plate appearance so far in this ball game. Now got a 1-1 count after chasing the outside pitch. Nice little movement on that one by Dunbar, getting that one outside, getting the chase.
It's a big at bat here for the blue team. Now again, if Scholes can figure out how to get on base here with a single or any other way, and get to the top of the order with Bates, who's had an excellent at-bat last time up. They might be able to get something cooking.
Again, a little 1-1 delivery. We're going to see that one fly high and inside. Nice take right there by Mackenzie Scholes. So 2 balls, 1 strike. You've still got Kennedy Cox on first base. Scholes, of course, comes from Academy. It's where she played her high school ball. Had a very nice career. Academy, of course, just a couple of years ago, won state in softball as well. So another state. At least I'm not sure if she was on that team. I don't exactly remember what year it was, but I mean that's where she was in the program. Nonetheless.
If Mom or Dad are watching, let us know, or Coach.
2 balls and 2 strikes now on Scholes. We see the pitch now from Dunbar, and that's going to be just hit. Man, that was. It almost looked like that ball might have been hit twice right there. It was like she really got around on it, just barely out of the reach there of the third baseman.
She was just out in front of it, hit on the end of the bat. Looked like it was going to get over the third baseman's head. It did, and it was just foul. That would have been a big play had it hit White.
I believe that was Townley over there at third base. Wasn't quite able to make on a play of it. Just a very awkward hit again with just the trajectory of the softball and the way that it spins coming out of the pitcher's hand. You get those kind of little flares where the ball just has so much spin on it. Another 2-2 pitches coming now, and this one's going to be shot right back over at us. Nice play behind the plate right there. I believe that's Alex Jones who's made her way back over there. Can't see because she's blocked by of course, the catcher's gear.
Yeah, Schulze would like to have that pitch back. She, I bet if we asked her afterwards, she thinks that could have been a pitch she could have driven. Just missed it.
Scholes was one of the. Academy had a couple of really home run hitters, and speaking of home run hitters, that one might have been a home run if that was fouled. Just needs to straighten that one out. Put a good charge into that one as well. Looks like she's seeing the ball really well out of Dunbar's hands. Just needs to weigh back on it just a little bit here.
You got to think Dunbar's got something for her here right now, though. We'll see if she can adjust. And Schultz has had a nice at-bat, battling. And let's see if she can work on the base. Let's see what Dunbar can put her away.
Still with Cox standing on first base. Comes to Schultz, and this one's going to be hit high in the air. Ranging back for it, I believe, is Miner, and she is able to get that one right there. That should be Kinsey Miner. At least that's who started the game at shortstop. I don't believe there's been any change at that position. Nonetheless, a put out there by the shortstop. Excuse me, that's Kenna Miner, not Kinsey. But yes, that is the number 1, so that is Miner. Nice play by her. She was able to go back and get that one. And so now, rolling back over to the top of the lineup, we've got Alyssa Bates at the plate. She has struck out and walked so far in this ball game. Still has a run on first base. Now there's 2 outs. Dunbar trying to work out of this inning here.
Nice job by Dunbar there. That was that batter before. She battled. The batter had a great at-bat. But at the end of the day, Dunbar got the out, and it was a big one. Now there's 2 outs.
So we'll see how Dunbar elects to attack Bates. The first time that, or I guess the only time that Bates faced Dunbar, she got exclusively, and that one almost just took a weird bounce and almost went fair.
It sure did.
Looks like it made contact with the player out of bounds. I think that's what they're going to call right there.
That ball hit off the lip of the grass and went extreme back to the right, and it sure looked like it went over the bag. I have not seen that in a while, and we're not down there on the field, so we don't know what he called exactly. Maybe from his vantage point it did not get back exactly fair, but it sure looked close.
Yeah, I mean, again, with the softball rotation, that's the kind of stuff you can only see in softball. Don't see that kind of spin in baseball too often, as that time Dunbar's going to miss outside with the pitch. And looks like Bates is seeing a lot more of the same that you saw in her first plate appearance against Dunbar. A lot of inside, or a lot of outside, not allowing her to slap very well. And you see one right there, and that is going to be strike 3. Umpire going to ring her up. Another strikeout for Dunbar. I believe that's her 5th now of the ball game. And with that, that's going to end the inning. So the blue team in their next plate appearance is going to be down to their last 3 outs. But first, we're going to have another opportunity for the red team to pad on to the lead a little bit.
That's right. And looks like Munoz is going to lead us off. Got a couple more shout-outs to read here that keep pouring in. Shout out to Rebecca Dunlap. Love you from the Crawfords. Good luck, Rebecca Dunlap. I'm so proud of you. Coach Stevenson from Fairfield. That's her coach there from Fairfield High School. Shout out to Sarah Robertson and Damiana Longo from Lorena, from Coach Steve Dolezil from Lorena. Thanks for your 4 years of excellent varsity softball at Lorena. I wish y'all well in Jesus' name. Appreciate you coaches tuning in. Congrats, Makey Dunbar, of all your accomplishments during high school, and good luck to you in the future from the Crawford FFA alumni. You were referencing Alex about her being an FFA earlier. We are so proud of you, Alex Jones and Lakota Townley. Love the Boyd family. Surprise, surprise, more Italy folks tuning in. And then great job behind the plate today, Kenzie Schultz. Foskies are cheering you on.
So, man, just a great game. And we love all the support that these girls have been able to get. It was going to be an interesting, I mean, this is probably the first FCA Victory Bowl where there haven't been any fans.
It is.
I'm glad that they've been able
Hope it's the last one, too.
Yeah, no kidding. Because that atmosphere is another thing that makes the of course, the Victory Bowl so great. One last time, see the fans in the stands. And the fans aren't in the stands, but I'm glad that they're still getting to watch and cheer on these girls from the comfort and, safety of their own homes.
That's right.
Weren't allowed to, of course, in case you haven't been hearing about everything that's been going on in the world as of recently, couldn't have fans in the stands for this ball game. But, of course, we're just thankful and grateful that we were able to have a game.
That's right.
In the first place, give these wonderful ladies one more opportunity to show their skills here on the softball diamond, at least in high school uniforms. Again, a lot of folks going to be going on and playing some more softball in the future.
That clipped her, I think, on the arm, maybe. No.
Let's see. I mean, since it's an all-star game, she might have gotten
She
clipped,
wants to
but
hit
she
if it
says,
did,
"I'm
I
gonna
guess,
hit it."
yeah.
So now it's going to be Munoz at bat, I believe.
It is, yeah. She's flied out to the pitcher, and there's a single up the middle for her. There you go. That's why she wanted to hit.
So she's going to reach base regardless right there with the single, and that's going to bring up J.C. Ehlers. Ehlers now, of course, wearing the 23. So far in the ball game, she has singled and scored. She has also grounded out. So now, still with the 5-0 lead, Ehlers, she's going to go ahead and take. That should be a strike, and that will be a strike. One of the quicker calls we've seen from this umpire.
Ehlers scored the first run of the ball game, and right now that's the winning run. So that's a big run that she had, and getting that thing going, start the game, start the hit parade that one inning there where they had 5 hits.
Now it looks like she goes for the bunt right there. We're going to see a throw down, and that time Scholes able to catch the runner stealing. So that is going to erase Elena Munoz. That now puts 1 out on the board.
Once again, the red team's being aggressive, though. When you're up 5, you can for sure do that, and trying to push for a 1 more on there to give yourself a little more distance going to the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, what might have happened there, they might have been trying to take 2 bags with that bunt right there. Went ahead and started the runner, and now Ehlers is going to strike out. So, man, in just 2 quick pitches just like that, there's nobody on and 2 out for the red team. It's going to be Kinsey Seeley coming to the plate. But, yeah, that's what it looked like. She really gave an attempt at that bunt, trying to get it there and see if maybe when they threw it over to first base they could try and take third. Just see if, again, because these players, one, have probably barely played with each other and definitely have never played as an entire unit. So that kind of the rotation on a bunt coverage stuff like that, that'd be hard to cover. As we're going to see a nice shot by Seeley. That's going to go out of play, though, over the first base dugout.
Nice job by Robertson here. Want her to see her finish off strong. And she's got 2 outs. Nice strikeout. The batter before on Ehlers, and facing Seeley here.
That ball's going to be low and inside. That evens the count 1-1. While Seeley started the game as an extra hitter, she also came in and pitched a nice 3 innings of scoreless ball for the red team.
Just low. Pretty close.
That was a good-looking pitch right there from Robertson.
Got a little cloud cover now. It's been nice to maybe get them a little relief in the breeze. The flags have been blowing. The American flag's been blowing pretty steadily, so there is some breeze. It's probably a hot breeze, though, but we wouldn't know. We're up here in the booth. It's pretty nice.
Exactly. We were blessed with a nice air-conditioned booth venue here at D. Dillon Field, and we're gonna have that tomorrow. Hopefully the air conditioner's working in that booth too.
I might go make sure it's turned on here when we're done, so it's nice and cold. How about that?
That sounds like a great idea. It looks like, oh, that's going to be just off the plate. That was a good-looking pitch there again by Robertson, but it looks like, again, going to be just a little bit low. That's one thing. The umpire behind the plate has not flinched on that low outside corner. We're going to see another shot. Looks like Seeley's just a little bit behind it. She's put some good contact on the ball going over there towards that right side. She's getting closer to the field of play. Had the first one go right over the dugout. Second one went more towards the bullpen there. Third one has made its way, at least stayed in play. 3 balls and 2 strikes, though. We'll see how Robertson tries to go after her here. And we're going to see inside, and that's going to be ball 4. So Seeley able to come back in that count and was able to work the walk right there.
Nice at bat for Seeley.
It's her second time getting on base in this ball game because much like Ayler, she singled and scored in that 3rd inning, as did Stormy Boone, who's coming up to the plate 1 for 2, also singled and scored in the 3rd as a part of that 4-run 3rd inning. She also had a nice shot out to center field in her 2nd plate appearance, but that one unfortunately was just right at Bates in center field. Bates was able to put the squeeze on it out there, the lefty. 1 ball and no strikes, though, after the pitch was too low for Boone. See a little bunt shown there, and that's going to be taken for a strike. So still 1 ball, 1 strike now to 11 Boone. Boone again played at Holy Trinity, and I believe will be continuing her career at Paris Junior College. And she's going to hit a little inside out when the inside pitch she takes the other way, but it's going to be just foul. Managed to still get some good wood on it despite being behind that one, kind of getting jammed. So now Robertson, with 2 outs, has Boone at a 1-2 count.
The pitching has certainly been ahead of the hitting today, and that's to be expected from what we've seen so far.
Because, I mean, really, outside of that 3rd inning where the Red All-Stars were able to take advantage of a couple errors, force a couple of errors by being really aggressive, you haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, the score is 5-0, but the Red team has not just super out-hit the Blue team. It's been a very close contested game, but the ball's just bounced in the way of the Red team.
Nice job by Sarah.
A couple of times, and, man, nice-looking strikeout. She's going to ring up Stormy Boone on that outside corner. So going into, the bottom half of the final frame. Comfortable 5-0 lead. We'll see if the Red team is able to close it out.
Let me read a couple more here to finish this off. Rebecca Dunlap knocked 1 to University of Colorado because Moosey is watching. So glad you're able to play 1 more game. So are we. Rooting for Tatum Scythe, watching from home, are her parents, and rooting for Alina Munoz from Tatum's mom. Hey, Rebecca, so excited to see you pitching. Coach was glued to the screen with a bunch of emojis behind that one. Proud of Alex and Lakota from Italy, and FCA Softball Victory Bowl alumni, from Victory Bowl alumni, Brycelyn Richards. Thanks, Brycelyn, for tuning in. And shout out to Rebecca Dunlap. Go, Rebecca, from Rachel and Will and Emma Finch.
Again, just some great shout-outs. And it looks like taking the circle here in this final inning, it's going to be Dunlap once again. So she's going to be going, trying to deliver the knockout blow to the Blue team.
Yeah, I know both teams were a little, they originally had 15 on each roster when they were initially selected. We had 11 girls on each team here today, and so I know that they were down a pitcher or so, and so props to these ladies. Reds had 2 pitchers. Blues had 3 different pitchers. Great to see Robertson finish off that frame there with 2 strikeouts. She pitched 2 innings and had 3 strikeouts. And great to see Dunbar continued to throw strikes, and the rest of these girls, Dunlap as well, battle, as you mentioned, Alex, earlier. She battled. You had runners on base and didn't let anything across. And props to these ladies, the way that they came to play and compete today.
Yeah, because again, this is the first action that, pretty much all of these ladies have been seeing. First official action. I mean, you're talking about since the middle of March. Because that's about when I came home, was around March, 14th, 15th, sometime in there is when, all of softball, of course, got called. It was during the boys state tournament.
That's right.
Called it in the middle, because I remember I was watching it back when I was in Missouri. I was watching it online, much like many of you were watching this today, and the next game that was supposed to come on just never came on, and sure enough, they decided that they were going to call everything and ended up calling not just for the basketball tournament, but for the rest of the sports as well. So a little bit of a disappointing end to these folks' seasons, but getting one last opportunity here with the FCA.
Here's Foskey now from Salado. She's had an outstanding game in the field playing defense. Saved some runs, showed her athleticism, and been really just a vacuum cleaner, if no better way to describe it, out there at shortstop, and taking care of anything in the area that pretty much count as an out.
Yeah, Foskey's been locked in from the get-go, although he's going to be a little bit out in front of that pitch on the outside corner there. So it's quickly 0-2 now on the shortstop from Salado. Quickly 0-2, and now we see one. Oh, man, that one just off the plate there on the outside. That was just in the edge of the catcher's glove. It looks like Stormy Boone has come back out for this last inning to catch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Foskey, and she's going to take that one high and inside. Trying to get something going here for the blue team. Got 5 runs to make up, but that's got to start with 1 base runner. Now it's even count here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Foskey going to try and battle it out here. And we're going to see it flare.
There's a single.
And that is going to drop. So the first hit of the ball game for Foskey. Great time for it if you're the blue team. They're going to try and mount a comeback, and they do put that first runner on board.
The only way to get a comeback is to get some girls on, and so she did her job, handed it off to Longo here to see if she can keep it going.
Longo, so far in the ballgame, has grounded out to the third baseman twice in this ballgame. And, man, the way that she's moved out in the field, it wouldn't surprise me if Foskey maybe tried to get a little something going on the base paths. She moves very well out in the field.
She looks like she's going. You don't want to give them an out on the base pass, so you got to get 5, and you certainly don't want to. You can't get it back with 1 there on the base, so that may be the reason why she may not go.
Yes, wouldn't be surprised if it in any way skips away from Boone. Wouldn't be surprised to see her take off, because it looks like she's just raring to go. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike after that pitch finds the outside corner. See Dunbar, again, having to work with a runner on first base.
Nice job by Longo laying off. That was a good pitch.
Longo really doing a nice job, just being disciplined. I think that's really the name of the game here in this last inning. Not trying to get any outs, because you've only got 3 to work with, and you've got 5 runs to score. Man, that one was shot right back over at the camera there. We've got set up behind the plate.
Longo's grounded out to third base twice, and so she's ready for something not to third.
And I bet the third baseman is ready, just in case. Just in case. She's not taking this play off. Sometimes out there, not as much as, at this high of a level, but sometimes you might get caught napping. But the third baseman is ready to go, especially with Longo at the plate. If she's going to take one high and inside, that's going to miss for a ball as well. Count is now full. We'll see what Longo is able to do here. She's done a nice job in all 3 of her plate appearances of working the count, and she's going to face another 3-2 count. Here is Dunbar. She's already back in the circle, ready to go, and she's going to blow the fastball by him. And, man, that time it looked like Boone wasn't sure that Foskey was running right there. They get the strikeout, but Foskey is going to advance to second, so that's essentially ends up working the same as if Longo would have had a sacrifice bunt there, but a runner in scoring position. Now, this is the 3rd runner, I believe, actually 4th runner that they've had in scoring position so far in this ballgame, if I'm not mistaken.
I count 5 potentially that they've had here. Bates was there in the 4th inning. There's a foul ball back. Now Foskey.
Bates is the one that I didn't
right.
have. I got lazy keeping my book right there. Hadn't shown that she'd moved up past first base after she walked in that inning. After a quick foul ball off, it's Veronica De Los Rios facing an 0-1 count. Both of her at-bats have ended in the hands of the second baseman. She's grounded out to second and also has popped out to second. She's now going to shoot one right back at us. And despite how I'm behind a glass door, way removed from the netting.
You were moving out of the way.
Netting, I'm jerking a little bit when they're hitting these right back at us for no reason. We've got plenty of distance, and on top of that, if that wasn't enough, we've got the netting, of course, on top
I think I've just taken too many to the face mask. I didn't move.
See, guys, I was not a catcher, so I was still jumping out of the way. And right there, speaking of that netting that's on top of us,
there it goes.
Goes and catches the ball. Not sure if that one's coming. I didn't see that one come back, but
Must have went over behind us.
Must have. Looks like that one's going to be heading over to the baseball field. Nonetheless, it's still going to be in the box, Veronica De Los Rios, but she's now got 2 strikes on the count. No balls, 2 strikes. We see. Thank you for the umpire verifying that with us. So now we see Dunbar coming to the plate, and that one's going to be
There's a pass ball.
Yep, that's going to careen off the glove of Boone right there, and so quickly dashing, much like we had anticipated. Foskey quickly over to third base.
Yep. Want to remind you that are watching baseball tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Same link. Go to heartoftexasfca.org. And then Saturday, we got volleyball. The cheerleaders will be there. We'll be at Vanguard High School in Waco for the volleyball match. And then 6 o'clock on Saturday night, we'll have our EA Sports version of the Victory Bowl football game. We've been spending well over a month creating 92 players' likenesses and putting them into the game. The blue team's going to be the Dallas Cowboys. The red team's going to be the Houston Texans. It'll be live from AT&T Stadium. Coach Johnny Tusa and I do the play-by-play. We'll have a national anthem sung from a young lady, a young junior high student. We'll have some Victory Bowl cheerleaders that have recorded cheers that are part of that, and it's a nail-biter of a game.
That is just awesome that they were able, despite not being able to play the real game, been able to put in, because I'm telling you, I've played Madden and made creative players. It takes a long time to really get those likenesses down.
It does. We had lots, about 50 or so of the 92 players send us pictures of them in their uniform, whether they want their wristbands or their face mask or shoes, and props to Brecken Reed, a brother of one of our staff. There's a fly ball. That's going to get more than a run.
Yes, that time looks like that was just misjudged by, I believe, that Seeley in right field, and we've got now going to go ahead and stand here on third. Oh, looks like might have sprained an ankle right there, but looks like she's fine. She might have
scored on that one, Alex. Coach must have been holding her up because the ball was just fumbled a little bit on the relay, and she's at third base, and the blue team's on the board.
So with that, with still only 1 out, got 1 run back and has another one deep in scoring position. So credit De Los Rios for that one with the RBI.
Still only 1 out now.
So now at the plate, it's going to be Sarah Robertson. She's trying to get herself the win in the scoring column. She's not on the hook for the loss, but could get the win should the blue squad come back. Takes ball 1 inside. So far, Robertson has one of the few hits. Hits have been hard to come by for the Blue All-Stars, but Robertson has one of them. She was stranded on the base pass in that only appearance. Singled in the 5th inning. Now takes ball 2.
Good to see the blue team get on the board. You never want to leave the game with a 0 up there, and great to see them. That's a testament to these girls, the way they fight, and they have competed for 4 years. Dunbar and the red team's not stopping either by any means, but props to the blue team for continuing to battle.
So now it's 2 balls and 1 strike, as we just got that verified on the scoreboard. Dunbar coming to the plate again, and this one's going to be hit.
There's going to be a run right there.
Center fielder is under it, and they're going to throw all the way home, but that throw is going to be wide. So a sacrifice fly, give Robertson some credit right there.
That's right.
Munoz put the squeeze on it, but man, it's hard to throw out the sac fly because that was a pretty well hit ball. I mean, that wasn't in shallow center field by any means.
Yep.
So there's a little sac fly RBI, and it's now 5-2, but 2 outs and nobody on. Uphill journey here for the blue team, but it's going to start with Jessica Johnson. Jessica started out this ball game in left field. Looks like she's going to take strike 1 right on the inside corner. No balls and 1 strike. Dunbar now going to go ahead and wind up and deliver. Comes back. Tried to go with that same location, but going to miss just a little bit low and inside.
Wasn't going to give it to her. I thought he might raise that right arm.
Yeah, because that first one was not far off from that last spot, but I believe it was just a little bit higher. That one might have been a little bit too low. Looks like Dunbar going to try and go outside right there.
Nice pitch. She's working inside and outside. That is a great job of placing the pitch and hitting her spots. And it's just, again, difficult as a hitter when you got a pitcher who's putting it in spots and moving it around and not keeping it over the middle of the plate.
So now down to their last strike is the blue team. 1 ball and 2 strikes. This one comes and it's going to be fouled off. So Johnson going to live to see another pitch here. We'll see what Dunbar elects to do now. Dunbar, even with allowing these 2 runs, has still pitched a very nice game. This is her 4th inning of work that she's had.
6 strikeouts I got her down for, no walks.
Now we see, oh, look, almost made it 7 right there, but Johnson able to lay off from that pitch. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes here. Johnson trying to battle it out here. Standing on deck, should she get the chance, is Kristen Niemeyer. And she will not get the chances. That is strikeout number 7. The final out of the game is had by the red team via the strikeout. 7th strikeout of the game by Mackie Dunbar. She just pitched phenomenally. Gave up the 2 runs in the 7th inning, but had 5 to work with. And so she closes out the night after giving up 2 runs and had 7 strikeouts. A very strong performance by Dunbar. And that is the end of the game. Of course, red team taking this one by a score of 5-2.
Yeah, and I got to get my, Alex, as they're doing this, I got to get my history book out here to see. I know I announced this earlier at the start of the broadcast, but, Blue softball leads before this game all time 2-1. With that win, it's now 2-2-1 all time. That's pretty even. And
it's about as tight as you could get right there.
That's right. Due to physical distancing here, the girls are going to give a fist bump, and they're going to gather together at midfield like they did to start the game, and like we do with a lot of our competitions. We like to open and close in prayer and put our minds right where they need to be, and that's on God in heaven. And grateful for these ladies, their families, their coaches, the programs they represent, and for their courageous spirit to be out here today. It's not cold. It's hot. There's not been any formal competitions in months, and here they are to be a part of this and to get out there and compete and to use the skills and talents and abilities that God's given them. Proud of that. Proud of them for that. As they're out there in the field, our staff person, Seth Chambliss, our director for the area, is going to announce our MVPs of the game. Like I said earlier, we're going to have a red MVP or outstanding player and a blue outstanding player for that. And they're having that discussion now and discussing that a little bit. I can tell you, though, because they let us know who that's going to be for the blue squad, the outstanding player, Erin Foskey from Salado, number 15. Congratulations to her. Had played an outstanding game defensively. Scored the first run of the game for the blue team there in that bottom of the 7th inning. And proud of the way that she competed. And for the red team, if you watch the game, it's probably pretty obvious the way she pitched, the way she played in the bat, in the box when she hit. Mackie Dunbar is the outstanding player for the red team. And congratulations to her. Congratulations to all these ladies. Again, proud of them. Thankful for these coaches that made the time to get out here to be a part of this. And Alex, it was a joy to do this with you.
Well, I'm glad you feel that way because I'll be back tomorrow with you with the baseball game, of course. Same time, same place, pretty much in every facet. Is it going to be on the same page online?
That's right. Those of you who watched today, we'd love to have you back tomorrow to help us just carry the message of Fellowship of Christian Athletes and what we're about. We want to engage, equip, and empower coaches and athletes to grow in their relationship with Christ and His church. And so we want to support those baseball players tomorrow. All you got to do is go to heartoftexasfca.org. Those of you who are watching, you know that. It's right there. Help us spread the word via Facebook, Twitter, whoever. And, again, same thing on Saturday, 2 o'clock. I'll be there with Coach Jeff Coker from Crawford, who's going to be helping me do the play-by-play and color analysis for that game. We'll be at Vanguard in Waco. We'll have 22 young ladies there competing, and we'll be indoors, so it won't be hot at all. And then, as I said, Saturday night at 6 o'clock, if you go to heartoftexasfca.org, the football game will be released, and I can't wait to see the finished product. It was a lot of fun and a lot of work. Props to Lightstream Media and Jamal Gillis and his crew, his father Roy, and their family for the outstanding work they do. They helped us last year with filming the football game and making that TV ready, and then producing today's live stream and tomorrow's and the volleyball game, and then helping us to put the football game together as well. They do an outstanding job. If you're looking for people to help you with getting video captured or promoting your business or your program in some way, I'd encourage you to check them out, Lightstream Media. They do a great job. So, Alex, we'll see each other tomorrow.
That is correct. I'll be here. More FCA Victory Bowl action tomorrow. It's the baseball game. Had a great softball game, and I hope that the boys are able to keep up with the great game the girls were able to provide for us.
Amen.